So now my microphone is going to be working. Way, that was an easy cock up to. Yeah, there we go. It's an easy one to fix. That's my fault. I was recording a video today, and I'm hoping I won't have to re-record the audio now. Anyways, on to Gold Rush, and here we go. The last couple of days of the leaderboard. Today and tomorrow, I think, is the last days. I think we're on the verge of basically never coming back to this until we start another season. So it's going to be an emotional stream. I'm here emotional. I might be streaming tomorrow, but I don't know. I might actually be doing like a couple of recordings and getting some bits out for both the channels now. So the other channel's still not ready to be announced. So yeah, it's just waiting and seeing basically now and seeing how things go. Mr. Games, how you doing? Welcome, stranger. So yeah, at the end of the contest is literally on the 1st. So we get to go through all that. Peter Paulson, welcome to the live stream. Alright, and apparently we're in funny lighting as well. It's all a bit funky down here. Right, anyways, so I need to go and turn on all my machines, then we need to start digging. I've got my excavator down to where I said I was going to get it down to, and now I can just start chomping away at dirt because of the amount of gold that's around here. Yo, turn up! How you doing, no, ropes? So yeah, we just need to fill. We're going to be filling all this up now. Yeah, we're ready to go. There you go, look, ready to go. Ready to go. Because we're ready to go. Now I've got to go and turn on all my thingies. My favourite YouTuber. Really? Oh, that's very nice of you to say. Thank you very much. I'm nothing special, but we're doing it anyways. It's fine. Right, so I need to change this, push the G button, and then we're coming out. Oh, push that button to exit, and then we're off. And then we're back down the line, so we need to get to the next one. So I know some people just go, well, if you just push this button, you can do this a lot faster. It's like, yeah, I've been in that situation where I've pushed that button. And sometimes I don't end up where I need to be. So for me, it's actually easier to get out of each one of these bastard contraptions and then jump in, basically. C, change, G, on. Right, they're all going. Let's go. Now I just need to put this on. So I did one dig today just so I could get my like distancing right and so on and so forth. So we're all good. Let's press C again, and up we go. And there we are. I think I might be spilling, maybe. So what I need to do is I just need to reverse it back a bit and then we're all good. Excellent. Alright, cool. Now we get out of this, jump over here, and then jump into here, and then we start digging again. And there we are. We're all good. We're all ready to go. Just gonna dig. That's all we're doing for hours on end now. We're just digging. So yeah, it's looking a bit like, well, it's looking a little bit funky now. I'm basically doing about a year's worth of experimentation on a different channel now. I'm just recording up a few bits to basically start it all off. I'm actually not gonna launch it until February. I need to get like a month's worth of content in hand, and then I can start building from there basically. And yeah, we're just seeing how things go, seeing if I can change things. I'm going to be paying attention to all the numbers and analytics and everything else, and just basically see where I can change things and basically become a bit more of a better YouTuber. Mainly, the stuff over here is still going to be pretty much the same stuff. It's just over there, a little bit different. Ben, how you doing? Promethean, how you doing, buddies? Thank you very much for kicking by. Much appreciated, guys. But yes, there we go. Back to Gold Rush for another. We got 2 days left. Like, well, today's okay, and then tomorrow, Monday, are literally the last few days of Gold Rush. So, yeah, I know I'm not going to win it because I'm not save scrubbing. But yeah, it's okay. We'll survive. We will survive. For as long as I've got Weetabix, I know I will stay alive. I've got 4 more tests to do, and they haven't got a clue, but I will survive. And if you get that, you're really old, because that was an advert way back in the time when adverts used to be on TV and not on YouTube, because there was no YouTube. Ooh. Apart from that, how's everybody doing? I hope the weekend is treating you well and all is okay. I've solved a problem with the bathroom with 3D printing. I made nameplates for the towel pegs. That's not really a problem, but it's all good. Sparky Shark Fin, how you doing? Now, is it Sparky or Spanky? Like, yeah, I suppose it is Sparky. I was going to say it's Spiky, but Spiky doesn't have an R in it. Oh, it might be Spiky. Is it Spiky Shark Fin or Sparky Shark Fin? I worked out your name yesterday. It does go to show how slow I really am. Yeah. Oh yes. Oh yes. Spiky. Yeah. Okay, my second guess was fine. That's all good. We couldn't tell the difference between our towels. Buy different coloured towels. That's all we do. For us, the kids have got minion towels. Kerry uses like blue and grey, and I use a really dark blue or a black. Really easy to like tell the difference then. You don't have to buy like all the same colour. You just choose a colour that you actually like. I mean, it's a really good way to tell whose towel is whose. Same with like flannels, sponges, toothbrushes, all that McGubbins. Just buy different colours. The world is a much better place when you've got a bit more colour in your bedroom and your bathroom and your kit and your living room and everywhere else you like do your room stuff. Hey, I'm just making things up as I go along. These aren't my rules. That's how we solved a lot of our problems. How did you solve it? We just bought different things. Mum decided we needed towels to match our bathroom. We did, and we used. Oh, that's no. Your mum, unfortunately, that comes down to a colour thing and not like actual practical thinking. Unfortunately, lots of people fall into this when they're like, hey, I just need to do this because it matches everything else. It's like, doesn't matter about the towel. So the towel, what you do is you have a guest towel, right? And the guest towel is the same colour that you want like the rest of the bathroom to be. So this is the one that if people come around and visit, they use that towel to wipe their hands and so on and so forth. It's called a guest towel because you're the people who don't use it. Now, that towel can match your entire inventory of like your bathroom, your bedroom, or whatever you're going for. But your personal stuff should be a different colour from the actual stuff that your guests will use. And the reason why is because you don't want your guest to be using your stuff, because who wants to wipe their hands with your genital towel? Nobody. So make sure you have your guest towel, and then make sure you have your own personal towel on a different hook elsewhere, and it's a different colour, so you know it's different. There's some handy advice from somebody who genuinely does this, because I don't want people to use my towel because, you know, well, I'm a dirty, horrible, beardy person, so it's just my personal way of doing things. Never use the guest towel. Also, way back in like the 80s and 90s, that's how we used to do things. I'm actually going to say that. Yeah, there you go. Did that go into my little folder? All the videos? Oh yes. Oh yes. I now have the ability to make shorts now. That's made me happier. Think you'd just be lurking today? Not a problem, buddy. Lurk away. It's all good. Mate, you know, I mean, there have been days that I don't really feel like it. That's why I don't stream sometimes. If you're just going to sit there and lurk, be a lurker, it's all good. As long as you're still there and you're enjoying yourself, that's the main thing. Don't feel obligated to be there all the time. If you're not feeling hot, don't feel hot. Put an ice cube on your neck. Oh, I know. Cheesy jokes. It's all good. It means I'm almost back to normal. I can tell, like, if I'm in a good mood, it just means that I'm actually sort of like, I make shitty jokes and I'm sarcastic and it's all good. And that just means that my mood's better, I'm not as tired. I'm still a little bit ropey, but I'm doing better than I was the other day, let's put it that way. Do do. Ba da na da na na. I think this is the earliest I've ever caught one of your streams. This is about sort of like normal time on a weekend, so it's alright, you know. I got an ice pack on my neck. Thank you. Yeah, now cool off as you get thrown into a fridge. Or chill out. Doodle-doo. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing next week. I've got to do some stuff over here, and I'm not sure what. I might showcase the old treasure hunting game, so I might do a couple of videos for that, and we'll be all right. And then, yeah, I don't know. I might just save up my time ready for like next season in, like, say, February. I've just got to create like 12 videos to get me through like January, and go from there. Obviously, we're streaming every Saturday over here, and we do 2 videos a week over here as well, which is good. But it's all going to be like focused around sort of, well, everything else I do now. So yeah, mainly mining content and base building and stuff. So I just need to like find some games that's going to chuck into that and generally just fit the bill now. So yeah, it's going to be strange, very, very strange. As in relation to when it started. Yeah, well, most of the time, I mean, I know it's like, I normally stream at roughly the same time every Saturday. So if you're ever around at like 6, 7 o'clock, that's when I would normally start. So we'll go from there. Live streams, I don't know what I'm doing live streaming. I might start doing farming simulator and gold mining stuff. So I might start doing that. See how things poddle along with that. I don't want to play Farming Simulator normally. I'm not a real big fan of farming games, but turning it into a Gold Rush game sounds like a pretty cool idea. So I might do that. We might do a couple of streams next week and me struggling with that and seeing how things go. Because I ain't got a clue. I might have to do a couple of like, yeah. Can't you just put it in a hobby? Okay, you can. The reason why I do it this way, number one, it gives me a bit of reach, which is quite nice. Because I will be moving my excavator around as time goes. Secondly, I measure it out in like how many truckfuls I've done. So I know that if I've done like 15 truckfuls, then basically everything should be full. So that's just how I normally do it. It's just me, you know, it's just one of those things. How dense is the gold map? Really dense. Like the gold in this map for me is really good. So I know it sounds weird, but I actually want to do a really hard map next time I do a season mode. So I might just do season mode just to see how hard like a normal is, because my map's been genuinely quite nice to me. And I'm like, okay, I can deal with this. I want to see like the hardships. I want to see how hard it can actually be. So I got this thing, a lot of people below me are either people that are like real part-timers, or they're people who have like really struggled. So yeah. Yeah, for me it's more just a timing thing. It's like, okay, if I fill this up, it's 60%. If I do 5 dump trucks, then technically all my conveyor belts and everything should switch over and I should be okay. It is more just an OCD thing. It's like, okay, so I need to do this, 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 and this, and everything should be fine. You know, it's just one of those things. Spare read, please. Do you have a permit for the excavator? I do not know. And, sue me. Don't care. How you doing, Travis? But yeah, it's just one of those things. I prefer to do it like this because it's just, I mean, if I tried loading it normally and found out I was spinning a little bit, and I was like, you know, there were bits going over the edge and it was creating a little mound and so on and so forth, and I was like, okay, I'm better off like chucking it into the truck really. So yeah, I sort of stuck with it. How's the battle going? It's going alright. Just chilling out really. I know I'm not going to win, but you know, the more the merrier. So the more ounces I get in, the better. And I've got today and tomorrow to go. So yeah, I'm doing alright, man. It's the final days though. I think tomorrow might actually be my last one. So I think like tomorrow's live stream is just going to be called the final countdown, and it'll probably be the last like day that I go. Maybe, and then what I might do is I might just play it during the day, just to, you know, just to compete but not stream, and just be like, I'm still going to beat Gadfield. So apart from that, I'm okay. I'm literally just sort of like tuning down now. And then, yeah, got to do some bits and pieces in videos. Got to do some like streamy stuff. Got to get stuff prepped for next week. Got to record some videos for the new channel, and then I'll announce that when it's ready. But yeah, apart from that, it's all good. See, mine's what it's sad. It's sad I have to put in 10,000 a day just to stay on top. I don't know how them guys got 300k. I know exactly how they got 300k. So it's basically, it's a practice called save scrubbing. Now what you do is you take like a rich map, so like my map, okay, and I'll show you. I'll show you. So what you do is you take the richest squares of your plot. So with me, it's these 9 squares here. You mark them out on your map, you dig down to that depth, and you take all of the gold out of those 9 squares. Once you've done that, and you've got, let's say, 15 to 30,000 ounces of gold out of your plot, because in some of the cases, like some squares are worth like 4,000 ounces of gold. So there are things like that in this game. Then what you do is you go to the bank, right? And before you do this, you save the game. Okay? So you save the game, and then you go to the bank and you reset the claim. Okay? So you don't even dig out the whole claim. You just dig out the richest squares. Okay? And then what you do is you drill the map using the money that you've got. So you should have about 4 million quid. So then what you can do is you can buy up the plot, you can buy up this, you can pay for the drills to be done. Now, if the map is a really bad save, because there are variants of your gold map, then what you do is you just reset the game and then do it again. And then if it's not adding up to you again, you reset the game and do it again. And you keep doing this until the load gives you the save file, basically because it's a save section within the game. It's a coded section. And if you can come up with that plot of land again, then you just dig it again and again and again. And you do this for like 16 hours a day. You reset the map continuously, getting the richest squares out of the game constantly until the end of the thing. And it's called save scrubbing, and basically it's pretty frowned upon against like everything that anybody else does in this game. No one really does it apart from the select few who basically still think it's a good thing. Just found your channel, love the content, been catching up with your season progress, glad to catch you live. All good, thank you very much for kicking by. It's all good. And basically the idea is you keep doing that over and over again until you're on top of the table. Now the thing is that I know that certain people have done this because they do it constantly, and they've actually said it in my chat where well, the big guys do it, so that's how everyone does it. It's not how everyone does it. It's just how they do it. Exactly. So what you would do is you would how you would do it is you would save it before you push the reset button, and then if it's a bad save, you just load this game again and push the reset button again, and you keep doing it until the gold is in your favor. And that's literally what you do. So you don't do what I do. You don't play the game legit. You basically just play the game so you can get the same amount of gold out of one area. You can pull 30,000 ounces of gold out of one run, and then you just do it again and again and again and again. And that's how they've done it. That's literally how they do it. And I was talking to the moderator. I was talking to a moderator who basically said that yes, it's frowned upon. Apparently the team do have a way of actually seeing how who's doing this, and those people won't get rewarded. So yeah, you're basically competing against whoever's. Let's have a look. You can see who save scrubs just by the numbers. So the two top people, Miller Eye and the Drews, going to assume both of those are save scrubbing. Have I ever heard of Only Fools and Horses Monopoly? Yes. That's a silly question. So all the people with like 162,000, these people are putting in the time, especially yourself, Billy Bob, you're 5th. Technically you're 3rd, because these two up here, I don't think these are basically, I don't think they're legit playing. So thanks Travis for like hitting the hydrate button. So yeah, that's how they do it. And like I said, I've spoken to the mods. They know of it. I think they're going to be trying to put some sort of ruling in against it for next season. I'm hoping they do it as like, if it does get done, then the only way that I can see to combat it, and I know it's a bit of a ball ache to program it, would be a pain in the arse. So the only way to combat it would be that, let's say that I went to reset my claim now. The only way you could do it is if you were setting like a ruling within the actual save where you wouldn't be allowed the same claim twice. And that means you'd have to change some of the coding within the game and the way leaderboards work. So I don't know. But as long as like people are still getting like that much like gold compared to everybody else, it's pretty easy to see who actually does that sort of practice and then who doesn't. The only person who I know that could actually compete against them without save scrubbing is Split. I think Split in 2 would be able to like come in and actually like beat them, but it would take him, I think he would have to get back into the swing of things before he would be able to do it. But you know, I'm hoping that maybe one day he does come back in and he goes against them, because he did it before when other people were save scrubbing and he beat them legit by playing the game properly. But I mean, that was when he wasn't working. But yeah, that's just how it's done. It's a real sneaky sort of process that I personally don't like it, but that's because I'm not very fond of cheating. I tried to do things as legit as possible. You know, I mean, okay, in sort of the Hydroneer stuff, because I've played Hydroneer so much, I do tend to use like creative mode to do stuff, because I can't be bothered to do it after 3 years of playing it. But I still technically do everything else. I mean, I spent 7 million on a good map, and at least that's great. Well, yeah, so you spent 7 million quid. You could have like not done it. You could have basically just gone, well, you know, I'll just like reset. I'll just redo the save. It's fine. And again, that's what save scrubbing is. But if you legit spend like 8 million quid doing a map, and you know you actually get the map you want because you spent the money, I haven't got a problem with that, because you can physically see what you're doing. You know, but if you're basically resetting the game constantly just so you can get ahead, yeah, it's not a good practice. I don't like it. And I don't care if the Druze comes in and basically starts rattling on about it again. At the end of the day, it's cheating, because you're manipulating the save and like the RNG just to get what you want out of it. It's like rigging a slot machine to pay you out, you know, $300 each time you put a coin in. If you rig it enough, you'll make enough money, and that's fine. But if you keep doing it, it just looks really suspicious. And that's been done. I was actually looking into one of these, how this person, he was legitimately, well, when he says legit, he was legitimately ripping off a slot machine. And how he was doing it was with his mobile phone and a hacker group. And the hacker group, basically, they would read the combination of where the slot machine was in its like routine. And obviously with random number generator and so on and so forth, in like nowadays slot machines, this couldn't really be done. But what they were able to do is they were able to record the cycle of the slot machine itself and bet at certain times, and basically constantly make money off the slot machines. And then that's where the extra security of like slot machines really came back into play. So that's why it's random number generator and like really well timed stuff now. But you were able to literally predict when to put a coin in and win every time. And this guy would he would literally like sit at the same machine for like 3 hours at a time and walk out with thousands and thousands of dollars, because he knew when the machine was going to hit. So yeah, it's exactly like that. Basically, you just reset the save until it's the one you want. No. Yeah, that's the thing. I think it's just because it's like the dick swinging competition part of it all. It's like, well, I'm first. No, I don't really give a shit. And the reason why I don't really care is because for me, leaderboard was a way that I can actually just rekindle this sort of playing the game again. I haven't, like, apart from when I did my season mode a couple of like going in through like October to November, I haven't really played this game for like 3 years. And the reason why I never really played it much is because my kids were always here. You know, they weren't in full-time education, so I didn't do anything like this. But since they're in school now, constantly, I was able to take part in this. This is the first time I've done it. And then I see that, you know, people are still save scrubbing. I'm like, oh, it just sort of kills the mood for everyone else who legitimately plays. People like Old Man Gaming and I think Higgs Boson Matt maybe. I know Matt used to do it. I don't think he does anymore. I think he got told not to do it again. But I could be wrong. I mean, he could be a scrubber still. But yeah, he's got the time to put into it. So with Matt, I don't really know. I'm pretty sure Old Man Gaming just basically just plays the game just to enjoy it. Same with others. This is only my second leaderboard. I learnt a lot. Yeah, same. So like this is my first leaderboard ever, and I've learnt a lot of I've learnt a lot of the renting stuff and how to do this and how to get to here faster, this, that, and the other. And I've learnt that through just playing the game again. So I'm sort of glad I came back into it, because I think I came in at the right time. Because a lot of the with the new development team that are actually taking over this game, it's looking more promising that this game might be again something that people might enjoy again. I'm hoping that they can rekindle this sort of like the weird relationship that Gold Rush created with its users, and with the new development team, I'm hoping that the game just becomes bigger and better. Now, I am really sort of like pinning my hopes on it, because I really like this game. I really like Gold Rush. I'm one of those sad people. I just hope the team can work on it. I really do. So we'll see how things go. But apart from that, I've got Out of Order to play. I've got Farming Simulator 2022's Gold FS mod stuff. So for mining. I've got Treasure Hunter to play now, because that's technically a mining sort of game. And anything that's really like base building and stuff is what I'm really going to be focusing on now over here. So yeah, the what was the old saying that the Oranges came up with? The future's bright, the future's orange. I will never cheat in online games, but in a single player game I don't mind doing it. So yeah, same. Like with let's say for GTA I cheated on GTA when I finished the game. So when I eventually finished them, I used to finish like GTA games in 100%. So I was one of those people. And then I used to use cheats, because it was like, hey, I finished the game, I don't really care anymore. As I've got older though, I've just cheated less. I sort of just respect the fact that games are made to enjoy, and I sort of kick back a lot more and enjoy them more than I used to. Before like my 30s and stuff, I was like, okay, I'm just going to do this because I really don't care. But looking back on it now, I'm like, you know what? I can sort of respect the games more, and I try and keep them as vanilla as possible now. When it came to Hydroneer, with the new mods being put in, the reason why I did mod reviews and I used mods were for people's benefit. Like, quality of life is a thing that I like in games. I like a mod that helps you. I don't like a mod that does it for you. So that's why I would mod games like Hydroneer. But over my time of Hydroneer, I've even taken those mods out, because I got to a point of like, well, it's a little bit too easy. The game in itself is too easy, so I modded it. And now it's really too easy. I took all the mods back out, because I'm like, I don't really care anymore. I'm more than happy to play the game vanilla. And during the achievements list and stuff, I actually respected it more, because I was playing it vanilla. But yeah, and that's just, when it comes to a competition game, like, even just like this, a competition for me means I'm doing it the way that it should be done. Just the way I see things, though. I could understand it if it was like a speed run. Speed runs are one of those things that, like, you just find shortcuts to do things faster. And I don't see, like, save scrubbing a speed run. I see it as a genuine cheat. Do. But apart from that, we're all good. Don't forget, if you are enjoying the streams and the leaderboard and everything I've done so far for most of this month and last month, hit that like button. If you haven't already, subscribe. Hit the notifications bell. Apparently it does something, but YouTube have never really been too clear of like what it actually does. But apart from that, we're all good. And if you do feel like you want to be charitable, in this time of the end of 2023. There is a little donation link. You can help me out a bit. I am looking to build a new PC next year, so yeah, that's where all my money's going now. Literally everything that goes into 2024 is all going towards my new PC, because I do need a new one and it does need to be built. So yeah, I'm hoping, apart from the graphics card, the actual computer lasts for about sort of like 10 years. So the graphics card would be the only thing I really need to keep replacing, because obviously being a YouTuber and a streamer, my graphics card takes a beating. It's a bit like it's like a dirty old prostitute by the end of it. It's had so much done to it. You just sit there and just go, nope, not touching it anymore. You can't even sell it for a tenner. Sorry. Now those people are going to be thinking of old hags. I'm really sorry. Really sorry. Give you a link. Depending on which computer parts you're looking at, but you can hit me up on Discord. You know this. I hate the fact that most of the games are like cheating, cancel saving, like I 100% of memory in Assassin's Creed. Yeah, so and then the cheats cancel everything out. It's fine. The one game I do like their like way of getting around cheating is Heartbound. So this comes from like Thor, the guy who runs Pirate Software. And he said that the way he combated cheating in his game was he tied the achievements list to the save. So at the end of every chapter you would get an achievement for finishing that. So you couldn't skip forward into the game or skip around the game, because your save data is your achievements list. So you have to play the game legit, like the whole way through, no skipping, no nothing. I'm like, actually this is really fucking smart, so I like that. The problem is technology is changing up so fast. Even after 5 years, you have a dinosaur. Yeah, sort of. I mean, so for me, I'm actually all right with AM4. I actually don't mind my PC, but because I bought it at a time where COVID was pretty prevalent and getting hold of parts was stupidly expensive, it was a pain in the butt. So the graphics card I got was a 2060 Super. It holds up nicely. Yes, the downside is because I'm a streamer, because I YouTube, because I create videos, my graphics card goes through a lot. Now, if I didn't do YouTube and I literally just sat here and played games, I probably wouldn't batter an eyelid. But I basically need something that's going to last me about 10 years. And the reason why I say 10 years is because I don't know if I'm still going to be doing this when I hit 50. So I'll have to see. Because I'm 40 now. I have to think, I mean, the only thing I might do, I might still play games, but I don't know if I'm still going to be YouTubing and streaming at that age. So at least like 10 years for me is just one of those things. It's sort of like the benchmark. Am I still capable of doing this? Am I still going to be cognitive to do this? I don't know, because, well, I don't know. I could lose all my marbles. I could end up like my granddad and have flipping Alzheimer's. I don't know. So 10 years is a good sort of like, it's a good start of trying to prep for a little bit of the future and seeing where it takes me. So yeah, it only has to last me 10 years. You are younger than both my parents. Yeah, I think we've had this conversation. But do your parents stream and like make videos for like 14 hours a day? Probably not. That's because we're in summer. The water source has dried up. Yeah, it's funny that. But yeah, I mean, this is something I really want to keep doing, but I just need a computer that's going to last me 10 years. The graphics card only has to last me 3 years, because I know the graphics card is going to be something I'm always going to be replacing. And that's just, I think if I had a business, that would be my main business expense. Every 3 years it's going to be, well, I needed a new graphics card, so I bought 3 of them. That will last me 9 years, that sort of thing. But yeah, apart from that, that's where I'm at. So the total so far is whatever's going into it. I think in my account right now I've got like 200 odd quid, and that's ready to be spent on stuff. So, but I do need like the full what. Used to have marbles, bro. I thought you had multiple screws loose. I do have multiple screws loose, yes. It really doesn't help. Some of them don't fit in the holes anymore. They just sort of roll around. But apart from that, that's basically where we're at. I can't do anything else. He Wolf, how you doing, bud? Merry Christmas and a Happy New Year. I wish mine was merry. I got deported from Aussie, and that my cat dies in the next day. That sucks. I would say Merry Christmas, Happy New Year, but it sounds like you've had a little bit of a shit time. How did you get deported from Australia? Or I'm going to assume that your visa ran out or something like that. Because we used to send people to Australia. We didn't want them back. Sorry, Promethean. Doing good. Got the broken PC shipped off today. Excellent, excellent. I would have said, well, I would have sent the graphics card, but it broke, so I don't think you wanted it in like 15 different pieces. I'm really sorry. No. No. Promethean comes from Australia. I was making a joke. Aussie is the crime state. I have been clean for 13 years, and that didn't change anything. Oh dear. Well, I would say I hope everything gets better for you, but I don't know where you came from, so it's a little bit hard on that one. Yeah, I know. That's why we used to send them there. New Zealand. Oh, okay. I got to be honest, and I know it sounds weird. I'd actually prefer to go to New Zealand. It's a requirement to have a criminal record in Australia. No, it's not. I've seen those boarding programs. They don't like any criminals. No, I like New Zealand, personally. I'd go there just to keep taking photos of like places from like Lord of the Rings. And, I mean, Viva La Dirt League come from there. They're pretty damn cool. I really do like VLDL. When I was on my search for hoodies, I did go onto their shop, but it's like, they didn't have any. They just had a t-shirt. I'm like, oh, no, I want a hoodie. So that was my first choice. I like New Zealand. It's more picturesque. The only reason why I'd go to Australia is I could go and rent some land for a couple of weeks and go like metal detecting for gold and not really care, because I think it's a fun little idea. Let's get myself. I've sent you a link to a company called AMD. Oh yeah, I know who AMD are, because AMD are the people that make bloody processors. I heard they have the best computer parts. AMD are, my computer is AMD, and they make bloody Radeon. So yeah, I know them. They're good for graphics cards. They're like they've got a cheap range of, I think it's their 6500 series. I think is that one. There's like 200 quid a graphics card. They're actually not bad. Flimsy, but they're not bad. Like, cheaply made. Split in two. How you doing, bud? Also, Split. At least this person here save scrubs. At least that person. I think number 1 and number 2 do. I only know this because he yeah, one of them spoke up in my stream and like, yeah, blah, 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 and then yeah. I'm sitting at like 21st now. Like this is like my first proper day back. I'm just waiting for. I think I've got enough dirt on the conveyor belts to actually like push again. I don't know. I rebuilt a computer for 3 years, spent $1,000 on making it top of the line. Played it a month, packed up the next time. Yep, that sounds about right. So the best thing you can do when it comes to like rebuilding a computer is look at the motherboard, like the age of like where the series is, and then from there you go, okay, I need the next generation of motherboard. Then it's good for like 4 years. How you doing, bud? You alright? You okay? He's having a nightmare. Yeah, he's having... Go, Mummy's there. No, he's having a funny 5 seconds again. That'll put me up to like 90 something %, I think. Yeah, I spoke to the mods about it, and they basically said they have a way of just like not talking to them properly. Yeah, one of the mini hybrids. How you doing, Gadfield? This little hybrid is having a night terror. And I know he's having a night terror because he comes in crying, comes up to me and kisses me on the shoulder and then runs away. It's like, okay, he's not right. Come here, then. Yeah, it's gonna be one of those nights again. I'm hoping this is the one. I'm hoping this is the night terror that basically jogs his brain into going to the toilet at night. Do you want a drink, mate? A drink? Drink on the table. Drinky. No. This has been quite. It's been weird. Like my kids go through this. I don't know if I went through it. My mum never spoke to me about this, but. So with, how you doing, bud? So with Logan, he went through a whole night terror thing, and every time he had a night terror, he would basically learn something, and then it would click the next day, and you could sort of see like a development change. So that's what's happening with this. He did this just before Christmas as well. I actually did a stream. I think I did a stream where I was out for like 20 minutes because he was back and forth like screaming. Your two kids are in Aussie without you. Oh man, that sucks. I don't know. I'm hoping this is going to be enough to do it and I can turn everything off and do a clean up. I don't know which bucket I'm up to either. I think they all changed for... Yeah, I've got one more left. It all comes down to like levels now. Well, 82% plus whatever's going through. Literally just have to wait now. I can see the rocks aren't being thrown out as much as they used to. These rocks used to get like thrown out like really fast. So that's at 89. They're at 90. Some of those are at 90, some of those are at 88. That sucks. It stopped processing. I need to do one little one. Damn it! Okay, so this is like 90 something %. I need about, I want to say about 40% worth of this. I know it's 528, like it's 528% like to get like a full run. So I think we might be up to that. So if I do like 40%, we're fine. My gold total. Don't forget, I haven't been here for like 4 days, so I don't know. This one, 16,000. Not great, I know. You got drunk last night? Oh no, you weren't digging then. We'll do... Oh, come on. One more. I would say, like, Christmas was one of those things that was like, it knocked me out a little bit of like stride and stuff. I mean, I would have been higher up, but you know what? I'm not really worried. I'm not. I don't really care, but it's good enough that I've actually taken part. I mean, that's what I'm really taking it from. You did fine. Yeah, I mean, I learned a lot at the beginning. I would say, like, the second one, I might be a little bit better off. But we'll see how things go. I know I'm mainly playing up against, like, people who can't play all the time. And I get it. I was digging I'm about 5k ahead of you. I'm about to do another cleanup. Well, I'm doing... This cleanup is almost ready to go. When this lot goes through, it should do the last 90 odd %. I really should have done a bit more because of that the sluices up the top. I don't know what gold's like in this. I'm just taking them off and like clean them up now. We'll see. But yeah, first time in. It's a lot that's been taken in. I learned how to basically start properly. I've got a better idea of what I can earn, so I know how fast I've got to work. When it comes to like the next season, I think I could be, yeah. No, I don't think it's not so much as cracking the whip. It's more like, yeah. It's just more sort of learning, and Split is one of the best at this. And that was evident over like the last sort of like, you know, the first 10 leaderboards where he was top of everything. But we'll see. The thing is that I won't get a notification to say these are all like done. They'll just be full. So that's why I'm up here watching. But if you send instructions on how to do stuff, yeah, I'll pick it up. I pick it up faster by reading it and then doing it. Yeah, that's just how I would. Some of this is going to fill up, some of it won't, basically. I'm hoping there's enough on the belt. There's 40% worth of dirt, which is more than the 525 you need. Or 528, sorry. And where that number comes from is 5 dump trucks is 500%. Add 28% and you'll fill up all the sluices. Just need that top one. You know what? I'll dig out that top one. That's fine. I'll turn all these off now. If I was playing the game regularly, I'm not playing a bunch of other stuff. Just too fun. Nah, that's fine. Cheers, man. Right. Top 10 has at least 7 exploiters from the game, I see. I don't know who exploits the game and who doesn't, so that's not my call to make. The way I see it is, if you're exploiting in the game, then I won't listen to you. I don't. I'm more than happy to play the game properly. So, with this, I know this one would have been better if it had hit 100, but the person who runs this is slightly inexperienced, so they don't do as well. So, that's just where this shit comes from. If you want Split, send me the people you think are like exploiting the list, and then I get a better idea of who not to listen to. Fair enough. I'm gonna have a headache tomorrow. I know it because I've had like chocolate and sweets today. We went to a new sweet shop. And it was awesome. And the problem with that is it costs quite a bit as well. You Americans love your sugar. Season 16 was funny. Oh, see, I don't think I paid attention to season 6. At that point, I was like, I think I was well away from Gold Rush, as I just wasn't following anything anybody did on Gold Rush at that point. And I think that's the year that you just beat exploiting straight up by just playing the game legit. I think that's what you said. Oh yeah, that one's empty because it switches. Yeah, you over there. There we are, good. You go in there. Hiya. They're all done. I was played straight up and beating exploiters in the time. Season 1 we had a hard code cheater, but the devs took care of him. Yeah, I couldn't. I know people do it because, you know, either they run out of time or they just want to, you know, see who's got the biggest dick. I think that's just how it is. Or I can do this because I did this. It's like, yeah, that's called exploiting, and I don't really care. But when the Drews said about it straight on my stream, I was just sitting there going, I just dismissed it straight away. I was just like, I don't listen to people like that. I got to take the kid back to bed because he's capped out on the sofa. He's literally he's passed out. Why is he over there? Give me 5 minutes. I'll be back in a second. I have returned. Yeah, poor little bugger. I think that the random number generator shit is the problem with exploiting this game, because all you have to do is just hope you get the good one, and if you don't get the good one, you just reload the save and just carry on, and that's where the problem starts. Take it away and it's all good. My problem is the reason why I screwed up more this season is because, number one, this is my first year in, and in my head there was more paranoia about like things that I couldn't do. Like, I don't think I'll be able to do this, I don't think I can do that, I don't think I can do this. Now that I've done a full season and I've seen what can be done as quickly as I can do it, I'll be a little bit more confident if I do another one, because then I know that I can work to a certain extent and get this, that, and the other and be happier. You know, that's more of what it was all for me. It didn't matter how many people told me, oh, you just have to do this and it's fine. My brain was still sitting there going, well, we don't know we can do this. Oh, cleanup speed's shit. I know I should have like paid attention to my employees more at the beginning. Really should have. So why isn't that changing over? Huh? I bet this isn't clean properly. Is it? It's going to be like 1% not cleaned. They're not clean. Fuck's sake. Yeah, some of these are only at like 99. So, well, yeah, so these wouldn't be filled up as much, which sucks. So, it's okay. I'll just fill it up properly next time. That's annoying, but yeah, we're done. Which means, well, they're all, apart from that last one's at 99. So I'll have to do that. Yeah. Just when you think you're okay. Yeah, digging style for me is just, I think I started picking up a bit more with, like, you know, doing the whole quarter turn thing and stuff. But I don't know, for some reason I'm just not as fast. But I'm not really worried too much. I mean, what I don't have is like speed. I can make up in just spending extra time doing shit. But then other people obviously get further ahead of me. So it's just something I deal with. But apart from that, I'm alright. See, that one changed over at 99%. Go figure, right? Go figure. Well, this is the thing. So the RNG in the game is the reason why people save scrub, because all you have to do is just reload the game off your save data and look at the map and go, well, okay, it's not as good. I'll just reset the game again and I'll reload the game and I'm fine. It just means that you're just working towards that, hey, okay, this is the one that I need to work on. I'll do it again and I'll be all right. And that's the problem. Having random number generator in the game means that it can be exploited. And that's the problem with the whole thing. You know that there's a save out there with what you want and what you need. And all you've got to do is just keep reloading the save until you get the result you want. It's, as I said, it's a bit like a slot machine. You used to be able to read where it was in its cycle and then know when to bet. Same with this game. If you know there's a save out there with what you need, you just take that save every time. And that's the whole thing with save scrubbing. It's just there. A few hours with me in the off season, I'll boost your gold. Fair enough. Well, I know it sounds weird, but if you were to create a video or just an explanation and send it to me, I can learn from that quite quickly. So the problem with me listening to people, and it sounds weird, if I listen to somebody like verbally, or I'll sit there and just go, yeah, right, whatever, because my brain just turns off and I'm like in my own little butterfly world. But if I watch a video about it, I normally pick things up a little bit faster because I'm physically watching it, trying to get better for myself. So and that's why I do it. It's just one of those things. Why don't you guys use the hog pan? There's no point in you don't get enough money out of it. So the hog pan will only add about, I think the people that I've spoken to, including Split, it was like it gets like 5% extra gold when it takes ages to clean up. It doesn't no, so it's not the map that's pre-picked for you. That's the problem. So you're basically using, so you got to think, let's say there's like, you've got the one variation of Nighthawk, right? And then inside that one variation of Nighthawk, there's like 40 different save locations. So each one of them is going to have a different amount of gold in it. Now, if you can just keep searching, if you can just keep resetting until you get the claim you want, that's where it all goes Pete Tong. That's the competition over and done with. Because once you do that, it's like, oh, okay, so all I have to do is just keep reloading until I get the right one. That's where the problem starts. And that's why RNG in leaderboard sucks. It's, yeah, it may be a pre-programmed location, but the actual save you receive is different from somebody else's. Like, as I said, I find myself very lucky that I got the one I've got now. But I take my time over everything. This is my first one in, and so on and so forth. Next time, I'll probably be a little bit more faster, because I'll be like, okay, I'm just going to do it like this, 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 and this, and I'm fine. And that... They all have the same gold, same layouts, favour digging. Oh, okay. But I've seen some of the maps I've seen, like if you look at Noxstream, he put up a load of he put up images into the Discord, and his were like, I think he had like 8 spots of dirt where they were like 700 ounces each, whereas my map is like majority gold. That was where I was drawing that conclusion from. So if you look at my gold map, which was this one, all of this was gold. No, it really wasn't the same. Let me just find... I know you put it up on Discord. Let me find that Discord message, because it wasn't great. I think it was in general. It was before Christmas he posted this up. General support, maybe. If he was in this chat, I could get him to forward it to us. Ah, okay. I think I found it. Maybe. Hold on. Also clicked on the 3 buttons, blah blah blah. Was that him? Yeah, I think that's him. So he's... Okay. Okay, it was before the quad, so now I've got to try and find it. I will find this map. Okay, there it is. So this was his. Let me just pull this down onto screen. Let me just pull it out. So this was his message that he sent me. So this is his map, and he was saying that he had like his high patches were like 700 each, but his was like really spread out in crap that he didn't really want to dig out, and that's a lot of like space between areas. And then if you look at my map, which is this one, it was all concentrated in this one square, and I had this section up here. So it was almost like, I mean, my high spots were like 2,000, 3,000 ounces in one area. His most was like 700. So I don't know. I mean, you could be right, but his looked really, really dodgy in comparison to like mine. So let me just jump to present. We're all good. But yeah, that's how I saw it, and I was like, okay, well, maybe it's just different. I don't know. So, yeah, unfortunately, what happens is that you just keep reloading your save until it works for you, and then you just carry on. What they should do And I split talked about this. He goes, what they should do is just put everyone on $1 mode and then just go for it. Everyone gets like tier 5 and everyone just digs. I'm like, actually, that sounds like a plan. I think that should be a thing. Everyone digs, and just, it's all good. Give us like $1 million in each claim, we'll be fine. Hello again. Just had dinner. That's all good, man. Welcome back. Right, so that's... Oh, yeah. Well, that's not right. This means I've disconnected something. Oh, no, I haven't. It's just it ran out of water. Because I draw that water from there. Oh, bums. Right, okay. What I will do then is that my in pipe? Yeah, that's my in pipe. Drag that up there for now. There we go. We have water. Abracadabra. Right. Should be a good run. Leave your body, Seymour. Right, that's all good. The save he gold was a super old Nighthawk. Oh, okay. Well, I'm hoping all that all gets sorted out soon. Like the old saves suck balls. So, you know, all I'm hoping is they sort this crap out now. Like, I mean, it's a new dev team. I'm excited to see where they're taking it. I just want them to actually sort of, I want it to work. You know, I like this game and I want it to actually like flourish now. So it would be nice to see like the new team sort of like sort all this crap out once and for all and be like, okay, this is what needs to happen. This is what's gonna happen. You guys are gonna have to get used to it. That sort of stuff. I want that attitude. Next leaderboard, we're gonna crack the whip. Screw you all. Ner, Nicky, ner. Right, we are now. I've already done 3,000 ounces of gold in this crap. Amazing. We're good. Alright, there we go. All good. All good. Right. Stand all my buckets up because I'm OCD. That's all right. Good, man. Also, how many people has Christian got working for him now? Because in his Christmas message, he wrote Christian and the team. I'm like, hey, is he hiring? Because it looks like he's now not on his own. Or are you officially hired? You're hired. There we go. I think we just did 4,000 ounces of gold, maybe. I don't know. What am I up to? Not bad. So, no, nearly 3,000 ounces. Not too shabby. Actually, no, I need that on. And then this goes off. There we go. And then this one. Circles round here, it gets plugged in there. Yep. Are the devs going to listen? Who knows? I don't know, man. It's weird. Weird. In the great words of Rachel Ziegler. Great words. Right, anyways. Alright. First off, let's fill up more conveyor belts. A few part-time people. Me, nah. Okay. Well, whenever a new update on like Out of All goes in, I'll be covering it as well. So I'll be joining ya. in the whole like coverage of, I would say, one of the next like big mining games of the YouTube world. Definitely. Oh no, you go there. Well done. That's fair. Right. Excuse me. Alright, let's go and turn all these crappy things on and then start digging again. Yeah. Right. Need to attach my water supply. How much water have I got left in the pipe? If it's over like 80,000, we'll be fine. 86,000, we'll be fine. I can't remember how much is in there. I know it's like 100,000 like gallons, but for me, I'm like, I don't know what I'm up to. Never. Never, never, never. Ta-da! Ugh. Also, I want, like, if I'm able to teleport between things, I want it in an order. Like, the reason why I do this manually and I run, because I don't know when I'm coming back to this machine. Whee! There we go, right. They're all on. Let's go! So I'm going to assume what I'm doing wrong here is I'm not parking the truck right up against the cliff and I'm not scratching it into the actual truck. So that would be a way that I would go faster. I'm going to assume that's one thing that you would say. I'm looking forward to seeing where Out of Ore goes. I really am, because I think it's going to be a good game. Like, when it starts getting more structure in it, instead of just, hey, I'm going to go and blow up a big hole, and I'm going to go and take out all the ore, and then I have no idea what I'm doing with all this money that I've earned, because I've bought everything. What do? I need risk, I need reward, and I need to know what I'm doing with all this money. But it's alright. Yeah, I think tomorrow's just going to be my last one on here, so I'll probably just chill. I don't know, because I've got videos and stuff to record now. Especially working on like 2 different projects now. It's like time consuming. So I think what I might do is this might be my last one for this season. And then back to normality, I think. Leave that running. No, I need to leave it running. Leave it running. Leave it running. Do 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 do. Oh. Oh. If you were to need money, would you bar up the gold or just sell it? I think at this point, I would probably just sell it, because I'm not going to sit there and wait for the smithy to, like, smelt the gold. I've got 19,000 ounces of gold in my bank. I'm like, even at, like, whatever the exchange rate is, at, like, 50% off or whatever, I'd be fine with that. I wouldn't really care, you know. I mean, at this point, it'd be like, okay, well, I need a new truck. I could just flog this shit and we'll be done, you know. And that's $19 million worth of gold. Let's say that all of a sudden I lost my 6.5 million, right? I would probably just sell it all off, because I'd make, like, what, 10 million off of that? 20,000 ounces, that's $10 million. That's probably, I wouldn't care. But if it was, like, right at the beginning of the game, bar it up, it's worth more money. You know? If I was to lose all my money right now, yes, I would just sell it off. But if it's right at the beginning of the game, you bar it. Because even if it's a small amount of gold, it's worth more as a bar than it is as, like, ore. Especially because you deduct 50% off right at the beginning. So, yeah, always bar it up unless you've got a shed ton. And then from there, you're not really going to care anyway. Even in my actual Let's Play, I still barred up gold. I think I sold once. Like, I was like, okay, I really need money, but I should have just barred up then. Is there any news on Hydroneer? Yeah, there's an update being made for it, and it's coming out at some point. That's all I can say, mate. I haven't got a clue. When an update happens, you'll know, because I won't talk about it at all, because I'll probably be in the beta testing team. I will sit there and just go, yeah, I heard it's on its way. We don't know when though, and I'll be sitting there just playing it in, like, beta mode. The worst part about being on a beta team, you're not allowed to say nothing. If the developer signs you to an NDA, you're like, okay, if I say anything, I can literally lose my access to this game. I'm like, okay, I'll be a good boy, it's fine. I even ask, when it comes to making videos about the game, I ask Max in advance of when I'm able to cover it. And then I also sit there and ask him when I can release the videos, because obviously it all comes down to his discrepancy about what gets put in. So the videos are my creation, but I'm under... Whenever he says it's okay to release is when I can actually release the videos. Embargo dates are key, yeah. They're one of those things. So right now, all I know is what everybody else knows, which is basically there's an update being made for it. It's going to be, by the looks of it, on a different island. And that's it. That's all I know. I know as much as everybody else, because it's one of those, like, I tried to get some information out of Itchy, and his response to me was, it's going to be big, it's going to be amazing. That was my entire reply that I got from Itchy. I'm like, okay, cool, I can't ask for anything else. Well, yeah, I mean, mostly my reply to, like, anything to do with Hydroneer is, I haven't played it for a while, and that's basically it. Am I using 2 normal teeth? Yeah, because they haven't broken. they're the only 2 teeth on my excavator that haven't broke, because I was able to keep. They keep being repaired by my mechanics. So yeah, they're still the normal ones. Oh, okay. I need to knock out this cliff. I need to just cut all this out so I can turn. Okay. Yeah, it looks like that though. It's funny. I like it. Not a problem, buddy. Thanks very much for stopping by, Split. It's always a pleasure to have you. Always a pleasure, my friend. I'll jump in your stream at some point. It's like the problem with Christmas is I wasn't here, and if I'm not doing anything tomorrow, I'll probably kick around if you're around. You were gone for 4 days. Yeah, Christmas is that time of like you want to do stuff but you can't. I was like, okay, cool, no problem. I'll endeavour to be around for a bit. But yeah, next time you're streaming, I'll probably try and kick in for a bit. Even if I'm editing, I'll just have you there. It's like, it's all good. That's normally how I do it. What you doing? Editing, thumbnails. Ah, okay, cool. I'll stream. I'll watch a stream. America, 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 fuck yeah, saving the world for a motherfucking day, yeah, America, fuck yeah. Don't forget, guys, if you like talking to Split, hit him up. Actually, go to his channel. Go and subscribe to him. He's a solid dude. When he streams, it's either him and his missus, or it's just him, and he'll talk and talk and talk and talk. And he holds loads of conversations about everything that he ever does. Talks about the games that he plays, which is mainly Out of Ore and like other mining games, bits and pieces. And at the moment, he's playing Kerbal. So if you want to go and watch him blow up Kerbals, go and subscribe to Split. He's a good person. He's a good dude. And I still don't know how I ever took him on subscribers. I really don't. Because if I'm going to be honest, his channel is better than mine, but most people's channels are better than mine. Do. But yeah, with Out of Ore coming up with a new update soon, I'll be jumping on that again. Out of Ore for the win. It is a solid game. If you haven't played it already, go check it out on Steam. If you like mining games and you like lots and lots of heavy equipment, yeah, it's all worth it. He will answer any questions you have to. Yeah, I've always like the main way that I've always got hold of Split is mainly through his streams. So if I ever need to ask him anything, it's like, Split, I'm here. I need it. Yeah, and he's all good. He will give you the time of day. He's a pretty cool dude. Yeah, well, he's like the man when it comes to Gold Rush. But I think it's because he spent so long sort of helping the devs and test it, and he's doing that now. Like with this new team, he's testing the game as well. So I'm hoping they'll listen to him because if he can make the game better for everybody, it would just be better for, like, I mean, it'd just be a better experience to play. So I'm hoping the devs do give him, I'm hoping they give him a good run. He's not sending nice, innocent people to their doom. Kerbals are evil people. They're evil. That's why he's doing it. It's like a prison colony. Just blast them off into space. You need help to beat me. Like I said, the only thing I've got going for me is literally time. It's just the last couple of days I've been busy. Like, I'll put this into perspective. If I didn't go out today, and I didn't go around looking at town, we didn't go charity shopping, and we didn't have a look around and stuff, I'd have been sitting here all day playing Gold Rush and getting pissed off with my kids, because the last couple of days they've been, since I brought them home after Christmas, they've been basically terrors. So I would have been sitting here shouting at them all day, playing Gold Rush and digging holes, and that would have been the only way that I would beat anybody, because I have time. But because I haven't had the time, people have caught up with me or overtaken me. So yeah, if I don't play this tomorrow during the day, then yeah, everyone's gonna beat me. They aren't Australian. Well, I don't know. Kerbals might be. I don't know where Kerbal's set. You know, it could be Australia. But that's the thing. The only thing I've really got going for me, apart from like what I've learned over the last over the last couple of weeks of what I've learned on this game, all I have is time. And time is the thing that I've got against everybody else. That's literally it for me. Like, some of the stuff that I've learned at the beginning on how to get things set up faster, genuinely, I'm a lot happier with that, because I can now go into the next season and go, right, okay, I can just start off this. If I can pull 125 ounces every single day, like on a cleanup, I'm going tier 4 straight away, because that's how it should be done. I'm like, okay, well, that's easy. I can do that. All I have to do is go for it. Yeah. But that's the pure difference. For me, it's literally, I have time to spare. You know, I can sink in, like, if I wasn't busy during the day and we weren't going out and stuff, yeah, I could sink 16 hours in a day. Easy. And it wouldn't be a problem. And that's the joys of being a carer. Like, if Kerry needs me, I'm literally in the same room. I can do all the stuff. I can do all the housework before everybody gets up. I can do everything before I need to. That's the only thing that I can do. And then I'm back to, and then I'm sitting here for 6 hours during the day waiting for the kids to come home. Kids are home. I wait until 4 o'clock, 5 o'clock, do their dinner, and then they're in bed. Then I'm playing Gold Rush again. So I can do that if I need to. Most people can't do that. Unless you're on disability, or you're a carer, or you're a millionaire, or you're retired. And that's what I've said. That's what I said at the beginning of this. The people who play this, like the ones who are like top of the leaderboards who don't save scrub, are people who can put like 12 to 18 hours in a day and just play this game. They're retired, they're millionaires, or they're disabled, or they're carers. You know, they don't do anything else but play games, because we can't. And that's why people play this sort of game, because it takes them ages to do it, so they can sink the time in. It's all good. It's not a situation we all want to be in, but we have to fill that void a little bit. Should buy a little time. Maybe. I don't know how. I can't remember how rich all this ground is. So. So the bits I'm digging out right now, let me just pull up my gold map, are, I think I'm here. Thing is, I've got all this stuff here. There's another 800 ounces. There's another 600 ounces. That's just an empty square now. That's an empty square. Apparently these are empty. I think that's where my the main hole is. But yeah, I've got these ones. So that's my main sort of like hole of where I'm going for, which is basically everything around me. Which is what I'm digging now. All I've got to do is everything I can dig is all within this reach. If I can reach it, I can dig it, and it's all gravy, baby. Downside is like moving the arm. I've got runs to do when I get home. Rich ground, basically my rich ground now is literally everything that's around me. So everything I've cut out and I've got down to this level is what I need to cut now. So as I said, I'm not gonna finish all this, but I'll give it a good run. That's all I can do. But I'm not really worried. Like as I said, I know I'm not gonna win. But what I've learned so far will help me get a better start next time. And then next time I do play this, I'll sort of revise the way I dig. Like, the next time will probably be more... I'll probably reverse the truck up against where I'm digging. And I'll just scrape the dirt into the back of the truck and then move along and then move along and then move along. And do it just a little bit faster. Like, how I'm doing this now, this is slow. And I know it. But I'm as I said, I'm just enjoying the way that I'm doing stuff at the moment. The next time it'll be if I just park the truck up like here and I just go click, dump, click, dump, click, dump. That's faster. I know I can do it a little bit quicker. But that's how you have to be. You have to start like thinking that I need to do it like this, I need to do this, and I need to do that. And then that's how you clear out a claim faster. But I'm not worried. Like I said, it's the learning process. Doing things faster, doing things the first time, learning from it all, and then doing it properly the next time. So the season ends on the 1st. It actually gives you a warning at the beginning of the season. It's like, it will end on the 1st of January at like, I think it's 11 o'clock. It's actually finishing that afternoon, or that evening, sorry. Ends on the 7th. No. Unless the American... Is it American time then? I might play it for a little bit longer then. Give me a sec. Main menu. Yes. And did they switch the time around so it's American time? Because I thought it finished on the 1st. Ends on the 7th. Ooh. I could keep going then. Oh, yeah. Okay, yeah. Alright, so it ends on the 7th of January. So I've got a week. Okay. I might just keep going then. I thought it was gonna finish earlier. Chris, thank you very much for being here. Most appreciated. Have fun enjoying digging gold. Oh, if I can get out of this little hole, I will. I don't like the mounting part where it's like, oh, I'm just going to pile up a little bit. It'll be fine. It's not fine. It's not good. Don't like it. Well, I will just keep digging. Yeah, I might do next season. I think I might do. So I think the next one's going to probably be like February, which will be fine. And then I might skip out March or April. Sorry. I think February will be alright because February's still like crappy wet. Do I really want to go out in February? No, I'll just play Gold Rush. It's fine. So that's how I might just see it. So, like, Gold Rush for me, I might just do it in the winter months. Still got a week. Yeah, I know. I'll be alright. I'll be fine. I'll survive. But I've got other things. The worst part is like, I've got things to do, mate. I think that's the problem with being a YouTuber and doing the whole streaming thing. The streaming thing I can tie into doing this. Being the whole YouTuber thing, like doing videos whilst doing this, has been impossible. The only reason why I've got a couple of videos recorded is because I've recorded them at like 7 o'clock in the morning. Or when the kids are in like their room, that sort of thing. Well, unfortunately, that's American. So you might not like it, can't do nothing about it. It's the American way of doing like date and time. Or date at least. Oh, damn the morning. There we go. Processed 1,000. That's not good. That should be double that. But I did move down here. I did stop for a bit. I messed around. Messing around is one of those things that I do tend to do that. It's dumb as fuck. The rest of the world does it our way. America does it its own way. You just have to accept it and move on. It's unfortunate. But don't forget, I mean, I would say this game is more aimed at Americans because, like, apart from like people in Australia, we don't really do this in the UK. Gold mining is just one of those things. We're not really that gold rich when it comes to ore in the ground. There's parts of the UK that are, but they're more like West Coast because where we split off from America, that's where we get our mountains from. So, yeah, they've got gold in them, but there's not a lot of them. So this isn't a thing that we really do over here. Like, in Australia, you guys, like, metal detect all that to, like, proper mine. We don't. My dad did say that I could go and pan the river, but then I don't know what's happening next year now. I have to go and see. Because they live in like a rich... There's a gold mine up the road from where my parents live. So we're coal mine. No, you're not. Hey, you've got entire series on like Discovery Channel called Australian Gold Hunters, Gold Miners, Gold this and Gold that. You dig for gold in Australia as well, right? There's a gold mining group. The UK, we used to dig for coal. Now we don't do coal so much because Thatcher shut down all our mines. But you opal hunt, you've got gold hunters, you've got miners all over Australia. Your gold hunting scene is much bigger than us. Pity in Greece, it's too hard to see those shows. Can you not get Discovery Plus and watch it online? I literally watch it. I watch it on Discovery Plus online. Britain has miners too. Yeah, but like our mines in this country are very small in comparison. We're not like we haven't got a lot of work in mines much anymore. Like we used to be big in coal mining. That all got shut down in the 80s mainly. A lot of our coal mines shut down, so we just import it, which makes no sense. But when it comes to gold, it's I know of one gold mine. Blinded by the Grid, thank you very much for being here. Thank you very much for subscribing, it's most appreciated. You missed Gold Rush last night? That's right, I'll watch it. I'll probably watch it tomorrow morning. I've got some editing to do, so I'll make a thumbnail whilst I'm doing it. It is so limited in Greece, and you definitely need a VPN to see all the shows. So you can't just go on Discovery's website. That's fair. Because it's basically the Discovery Channel's actual website. They show all they put all the shows in there. You couldn't just go on their website and watch them. I mean, you have to be subscribed to like Discovery Plus, but you know, everything about the UK is too small. No offense. Oh, I completely agree. It's tiny. I actually found today I was watching the China show with Serpent ZA and his mate. I can't remember his name. I'm talking about the Discovery. Okay, fair enough. Get yourself a VPN and start watching. So he was like, because China have just done like they just done a big celebration to Chairman Mao, who's like, you know, he was like the big guy in China before everything else went solely down like the communist way. And so they do a big celebration of like, oh, when he was in power, you know, everything was getting better and so on and so forth. And they put up a graph of like how many people he killed in his like lifetime of being like the leader of China. And we're all taught that Adolf Hitler was a pretty bad person. Who was? I mean, he killed 17 million people, and that was pretty grim, you know. Next was Joseph Stalin at like 20 odd million people, and that was pretty bad. But Chairman Mao, so he killed 78 million people. I actually have this as a document now because I have to show this, because I was like, this guy's pretty bad. Like compared to Adolf Hitler, I'm going to have to show you this, guys. So here's the graph. I'll just bring it up on the stream. Here we go. This is Mao's dynasty. It's 78 million people he killed. 78 million. That is more than the population of the UK right now. But Joseph Stalin was 23 million, and Adolf Hitler was down at 17 million. Then it just gets, you know, down as we go. And I was just sitting there going, wow. And people in China celebrate his life, and I'm like, guy was a fucking tool. But there you go. Joys of China. Yeah, it was like, holy crap. Are we in double screen? I think we are in double screen, aren't we? Yeah, we're in double screen. There we go. Back to normal. It's fine. But it's one of those things that we don't get taught in like school. You don't get taught that these people were actually worse than Hitler. And it's, you know, it throws you off when you learn something like that and you, wow, how did I not learn this before? Oh yeah, it's because it's not part of the normal curriculum. We didn't start a world war over it. It was just seen as normal, apparently. But there you go. Joys, you learn something. You learn something every day. Well, you learn some things. I mean, that was quite learning for me. Did. Oh no. Getting out. Don't need to get out. Oh, you fudge. If you feel bored and you don't know where you're at, just know that Yusuf has joined the chat. Welcome. How you doing, Yusuf? I don't feel bored while streaming. The only time I feel bored while streaming is if I'm playing an indie game and it's bollocks. That's the only time I feel like really bored, and I'm like, I don't really want to play this, and that'll be the only time. But playing Gold Rush while streaming, I actually don't mind this. It's quite chill. I'm real relaxed, and I'm all good. I'm so relaxed that I might want to go to bed. You know, I could go to bed and I'll be like, yeah, look at me. I can go to sleepies and I'm fine. I could do with like a really early night at some point. Why not try horror? Well, mainly because I just don't like horror games. Can't be bothered with them. And I don't enjoy them, so... Might be the next Markiplier. No, I won't be the next Markiplier. It's not my thing. Horror for me is just one of those genres that it's just full of jump scares, and really I can't be bothered. Just, it's not for me. Me watching a horror film nowadays, I just sit and just go, meh. Me playing a horror game, I just can't be bothered to buy them. And don't gift them, because if you gift them, I will just give them back to you. I'm not even bothered to play them. Meh. That's my reply to horror games. Ever considered VR? It's too expensive. Like, to buy a VR headset, I'd need to spend, what, 500 quid on a headset, because I need to be able to change the lenses inside so I can see, because my eyes are screwed. I know I could get lenses built for the thing, but then I have to like get them professionally done, and I can't be bothered, and I wear glasses, and it's like, no, I can't, no, I'm all good. Yeah, I mean, Australia's bloody massive. Like I can't remember what I was watching. I was watching. Have I tried Medieval Dynasty? I have. I've got it. I actually did a part of a miniseries ages ago. So I find it funny. I was watching a bit of Australian Gold Hunters, and they were just like, "Oh, now we're going to do this," which is like 3 times larger than the United Kingdom. It's like this whole county is bigger than. And I was like, "Holy shit!" When they start comparing it, you're like, "This is massive," and that's just one big county of Australia. I'm like, "Wow." Yeah, but then you get like, America's great. America's the best. It's like, it's not the biggest. 8 days left, keep digging. Yeah, I've just been told that, but I don't know how much I'm going to keep digging because, like, as I said, the problem with being a YouTuber is I want to do other things as well. I need to cover other games. I need to make videos, and in my head it's like I need to do this. But this channel is more going to be for like streaming anyway, so I might carry on a few times, but I might just dig in my own time and then do a stream. I'm down to like 3 days a week on this channel because I'm going to be doing 3 days a week on a different channel because I'm splitting my content, splitting the audience, splitting everything. I'm just going straight down the middle. I'm like, right, mining content here, base building stuff here. Done. Everything else, other channel. That's where it's going. That's the plan. I planned it. We shall see though. Like tomorrow, I know like during the day I can't really do much because the kids are around. You know, I'm hoping they behave themselves because if not, I don't really want to keep having a go at them because they've been absolute buttholes today. So I'm hoping they'll be alright tomorrow, and then I'll get them bathed in the evening. Maybe that time, like I've got a little bit of editing to do tomorrow, and then the most of it is just going to be I could just sit around and play this game. Because Kerry will be doing the same thing. She won't be doing a lot tomorrow because we went out today. What's my favourite genre of game? I really like sim games. I'm a strange person, but I like first person shooter games. I'm still not bad at that. I still have an edge, which is quite nice. I'm 40 years old. I'm still able to play first person games. It's all good. I do like baseball games. Very, very into it. I love baseball. I played baseball for a couple of years over here in the UK. We do play baseball, but it's very small. Like it's very small town instead of like MLB. So yeah, I would say baseball fine. GTA I've really got back into over the last sort of couple of months because I've been playing with my brothers again. We've been doing a few heists, like doing stuff. I've won a couple of cars in the casino again. I'm doing alright. I'm just like mulling through. Waiting for GTA 6. I've played every GTA game in history so far, and I'm really sad. I've 100%ed most of them apart from GTA 4 and 5. I like first person shooters only when I'm good at it. You just have to practice. That's all you do. Like I played to put this into perspective, when Modern Warfare the original came out in like 2007, I played that for like 2 years straight. I didn't buy another game on my Xbox. I just played that straight. That's how sad I was. Oh, but at the same time, I was working 60 hours a week. So when I was coming home, I was like, I'll have a couple of games of COD, go to bed, get up, go back to work. So that's what I did for that whole time. And that's why I never really bought many games, because I was just stuck doing that my whole life whilst I lived on my own. Never do it. Never do it. It's boring. Don't ever work 60 to 70 hours a week. It sucks balls. You have no life. You don't have time for a girlfriend or boyfriend, depending on your preferences. I don't really care. But you don't have time for anything or anybody. You literally just become a minion of the workplace. You're the only parent that can tell his kids when they grow up, get a job. Yeah, no. I'm going to be honest, even with the way that I live my life now, I don't want my kids to do this. I don't want my kids to do YouTube. I don't want them to be put through all this crap. I want them to have a life where they can actually go out and achieve something instead of just sitting in front of a computer. And if they become a programmer and stuff like that, I don't care. You know, that's a good job. Programmer or developer, that sort of thing, it's cool. But that means they have a job. And they're not trying to get subscribers just so they can earn some money. What's the name of the other channel? I'm not saying anything yet. It literally has nothing on it. There's no point in knowing about it. When it happens, it happens. I will release a video at one point explaining the other channel, and I will put a link in it. But right at this second, there are 200 people that know that channel exists because I used it when I got hacked. And they're the only people that know. But there is no videos on it. There is nothing on it. I'm still debating on a name for it. There's no point. So the other reason why I don't really want to talk about it or do anything with it is because I want it to see if I can do it organically, like where I can just grow it without even like advertising. So even talk about it in a video could like mess around with the analytics, because what I don't want happening is I don't want people to go over to that channel and then not watch the videos, because that's what happens on this channel. If I put out a video on this channel, I don't get 18,000 views, I get 200. And so that's the problem with like advertising out to like another group of people. It's like you'll probably go over there, subscribe, and then never watch a single video. So it's one of the things that really annoys. I know it sounds horrible, and it's not everybody's fault, but it annoys the living smeg out of me, because the people that subscribe to this channel, they subscribe and then they don't watch anything else. It's like, why did you even bother in the first place? And I know that's something that you know people don't get, but when you've got 18,000, 19,000, like 50,000 subscribers, and your video views are like a couple of thousand, you do wonder why people subscribed in the first place if they're not watching the videos. I find it funny when you get channels with like 13 million subscribers and they get 300,000 views. You're like, what happened to the other 13 million people who don't watch your content? And then you sit there and just go to all those big channels who have like millions and millions of subscribers, their active audience is so small because they got to a point where they don't need all the views anymore, and so people just give up watching. And that happens even at my size. I've got nearly 20,000 subscribers and I'm well proud of that, but the amount of people who don't watch the videos, you're just like, is there much point in you knowing? We don't talk about Mr. Beast. Well, that's the thing. I've watched Mr. Beast videos. I used to watch them. The reason why I don't watch Mr. Beast now is because I just don't bother. It's not my style of content. You found the second channel. Yeah, I mean, if you type in Hybridsteel, you'll probably find it. There's nothing on it. It was the old channel that I created it because it was, when I got hacked, it was there. It was set up and ready to go. And I used it because I needed somewhere to quickly get hold of people to tell people that I was hacked. Because my channel turned into a Tesla fucking live stream channel where people were like, oh, well, it's advertising Tesla. That was the first time a live stream got 27,000 views on this channel, though. I couldn't monetize it because the channel was gone. But they couldn't change the banner, which I found the best thing about it. It was the reason why it stuck in my mind. Basically, I had a problem within my actual settings, which wouldn't allow my banner to be changed. So even this Tesla channel still said Hybridsteel across the top. I was loving that. It was funny as hell. So when I showed it off to like YouTube, they were just like, okay, we can sort this out, don't worry. For 3 days later, I was like, I'm back. So the other channel just, it's never been used. So I've got that channel that's being used as my next channel. At the moment, it's called Hybridsteel Mines, but I said I need to change that name because it's not going to be a mining channel. But it's, at the moment, I can guarantee for the first, for the first couple of videos, maybe even for the first month, that channel's not going to get views. But I need to become a better YouTuber, and the best way to become a better YouTuber is take everything I know now and work on it. Because the way that I do stuff now isn't the best way. And I know it's not the best way because my videos don't get views. Even with the amount of people that subscribe to this channel, people don't watch. And I can see why people get really distraught and heartbroken in doing this, because you put the effort in to put all this content out and you don't feel like you get rewarded enough. The problem with it is, the reason why I know that I'm not that good is because not a lot of people watch. So I know that I've got to work on what I do. So I figured this channel would be more dedicated towards a certain type of content. My other channel goes back to doing like the random games, the stuff that I enjoy doing. And that means I need to craft me as a better YouTuber. I need to become a better presenter. I need to basically become better. So I'm going to release a couple of videos over the next sort of like in February, because I'm going to build a backlog up first. I'm going to take a month's worth of data. I'm going to look at it, see how many people actually watch and so on and so forth, see where people drop off, and start working on videos. It's going to be about a year or so before I start getting into a flow of actually doing proper amount, but as long as I'm releasing like 2-3 videos a week and I've got the data to work on, and I can start working on me as a creator instead of just doing what I do now. Over time, what I would really like, and I know it sounds really weird, what I would love to be able to do is to take the other channel and go, fuck it, and just that one would be my main income, and this would literally just turn into a channel that would just die off. But that's if it took off. Collab with your wife. I don't think Kerry really wants to do that, especially because she doesn't really play the games I play. And then if we did something else, it would be a struggle, because like her mental state and everything, when it comes to like when it comes down to anxiety, she's not really the best person to be speaking to on a camera, so she'd be really uncomfortable. Also, we don't have the space to do it. This desk is not big enough for the two of us, let's put it that way. I would have to build a desk in this living room just to do that, and I already use up like 1/6 of the living room. So yeah, it all comes down to what I'm doing now. The other channel is going to take a lot more of my concentration and stuff, and like how I want to be, because I have to try and change the way I do stuff, because I feel like I'm stuck in a bit of a rut. The way that I do my videos now is good for the content I produce. Things like the mining content, like base building, things like Planet Crafter. I feel like me just being like normal is a good way of, you know, putting those games out. You know, playing Gold Rush, I'm able to sit here and speak my mind and do live streams. That sort of thing I can deal with, which is nice. When it comes down to my normal videos, I've got to work on everything, all down to editing and how I put them out and how people watch them, basically. Hybrid's advice on a happy marriage. I don't have any advice. I don't have any advice for a happy marriage, mate. Basically, the only things that I can really say, and it'll be a really short video, would be don't fuck up, as Kerry's just said, because if you do that, everything's gone. I have a friend at the moment who's going through all that shit, and it's like, I don't really, you know, I can talk to her and it's all good, but going through like the other side of a marriage and stuff looks fucking disgusting and horrible, and I don't think I'm the best person to ever give advice on making people happy. I'll put this into perspective. Give me a drink. Give me a second, and I will have a drink first. So does that mean you don't have a happy marriage? I have a happy marriage, but it took a mentality kick for me to deal with this. So I'm going to be brutally, absolutely honest. My first year on YouTube almost cost me this, and that's the honest truth. My first year on here, I was like, I want to get to 1,000 subscribers. I want to do this. I want to do that. I had a young kid, right, and it all became. It basically got to a point where I wasn't paying attention to anything apart from this, and it almost cost me what I have now, almost. So I'm not the best person to ever say, oh yeah, get a happy marriage, because my first year of doing YouTube almost cost me that. So no, don't. the great words, don't fuck up, it is literally all you need to know. See, short video, done. What I have now, we have like, I have a mutual sort of like agreement of what I do here now. Kids come first, obviously. If I'm needed around the house, I do that first. I do everything I can first before I do anything on here. If the kids are screwing around, I basically just stop. I try and stop as much as everything I'm doing just to deal with them, because the way Kerry is, she can't always deal with them because they are a handful. They're kids, and that's the problem. And for one person to deal with, they're not easy. So when Kerry went through chemo and everything else, it was just me dealing with them. I put on a brave face and I was still able to do videos and stuff, but around the back of it, it was like I was going through stress, I was going through everything, because dealing with them on my own wasn't easy. So for all those people who are like single parents and stuff, I have so much respect for those people, because being a single parent at that point, because I would say I was in the mental state because Kerry couldn't do much, it was hard. And that's how I sort of got it into my head of that's what it was like for her. I mean, admittedly, Logan was young at the time, but she was literally dealing with him on his own because I was so wrapped up in my own little bubble and it didn't work. So just don't fuck up. That's the whole thing. Don't do it. If you're going to get married, balance your time better. You have to. How my parents are: dad works and provides for family, another takes care of the kids and house, and that's why the parents are insane and literally yeah. So if I was in a normal relationship, I say ours isn't normal because I'm a full-time carer. As a full-time relationship, it's normal. The father goes to work. The father isn't around all the time. The mother has to look after the kids. In a normal life, that's doable. But in the life that I have, it's not as easy because of Kerry's underlying issues. And now her mobility, because the chemo fucked her up a lot. So it sucks for it. Yeah. Best advice is don't get married. Well, no, you can get married. You just use the other words. Don't fuck up. That's literally it. That's the mantra of life, I think. Because if you fuck up, then you screwed up. It's that simple. So yeah, I learned my lessons. I learned how to deal with it. I learned how to get through what I do, and then I learned how to deal with other things around me. Yeah, occasionally I still leave the washing in the tumble dryer, but that's just one of those things. But over time, I'll put this into perspective. When Kerry was down at her mum's before Christmas, I'd cleaned the flat from top to bottom. This room was hoovered, cleaned. The windows, I didn't do the windows because it was dirty. It's horrible outside and there's no point because it's raining all the time. Kids' room was completely hoovered out, cleaned, picked up all the crap, went through all that, hoovered my bedroom out, did all that. I did the kitchen as well. I did everything. And then I sat here for 2 days and streamed. Well, a day and a half. But I did everything before I sat down. So, yeah, you just do what you can, don't fuck up and carry on. I work and my wife stays home with the kids. Yeah. That's what it's like for most people. It's just, unfortunately, being a full-time carer and dealing with mobility issues and everything else that Kerry deals with, it made life really hard now, so that we just deal with it. How you doing, old man gaming? If you were in my family, then the swear jar would have made me rich. I tend not to. I've got to be honest, most of the time I don't swear. When you show emotion and stuff, that's when I swear. I'm very happily married. I have 3 kids. It's easy. Don't let video games run your life. Don't let YouTube run your life. Video games are fine because you can do that in moderation. That's how I do it. Like I said, I think I got stuck in the bubble of I want to do this as a job. I want to do this as a thing because I'm at home all the time. It became obsessive, basically. Is Nox here? I didn't see Nox's name. YouTube is a hobby, not a job. Same as sports. Not necessarily. If you can earn X amount of money, it becomes a job. So that was what I wanted. Ah, you are here. Alright, cheers. My video gaming causes some issues. No, that's the difference. Is like my video gaming is my hobby, so I do the videos, which becomes sort of like a part-time job. Gaming as a general, I normally spend 3 hours a day actually gaming. Like they're the time that I put aside for like dealing with my brothers. So I sit there, I game, I play GTA, I play whatever's on my PlayStation, and I'm all good. This is my hobby. This is turned into my part-time job. I earn about enough to call this a part-time job. That's about it. You can turn this into a job and be happy, and it's all good. But it, you know, you do have to put the effort in. And where I can put the effort in, other people can't. So been married for 22 years. I would say a lot of it's about communication. Yeah, I think that's about the same as well. If I was just your bog standard gamer sitting here playing on a PlayStation, I wouldn't play this all the time. I wouldn't be sitting here all the time. Because PlayStation has its time for me. Yusef, the thing with like you can't relate is because you're young, mate. Love watching you, but some should not be able to get paid because some YouTubers make their money and then just disappear. Most do. When you make your money, the thing is you get to a point. I think you get the problem with being a YouTuber is they always say that the average lifespan of a YouTuber is between 5 and 7 years, and after that, you've got no one wants to keep coming back. You get to a point where you just don't want to do it anymore. And that's the problem. It's like footballers. Like footballers' life are really, really short because, I mean, look at them. Until they get to a point where they can't do it anymore because they just don't have. They're not young enough, or they can't do it anymore. And that's where it all comes down. It's like the average person on YouTube lasts about 5 years. If you last more than 5 years, you were good for long term. That's good. But most people will just end and stop. I need to refuel. I'm not sure if I can actually do this, so I'm going to see if I can pull up right next to the conveyor belt. But yeah, it's a 5-year stint mainly. I'm going to be here for the long term just because I can. But I do see a lot of people give up after 5 years because it's just hard. Have I killed the cog? Why you no go backwards? I think it's broken. Oh no, I got stuck on something. Okay. Right. Linus lived off his channels for almost a day. Yeah, well, yeah, but Linus provides a service. There's the difference. So if you look at Linus's channel compared to everybody else, if you provide a service like Linus, you can be on this platform for the rest of your life because you're always doing like the next thing. You're always looking at the next bit of tech, the next bit of something that's going to help people. Being a gamer, you have to be relatable to people, or that's it. That's the end of. Have you tried rhythm games like FN? No, they don't really appeal to me. The problem is when you have all these patrons donate for you to create content and you just stop. Yeah, well, it's not that either. So the problem with having too many people donating is that they think you're going to be around forever. And that's the problem. Everyone thinks it's going to be you're going to be there forever. You're not going to be here forever. It's just not going to happen. You, unfortunately, as somebody who subscribes to a channel, you just have to know that at some point it's going to end. The difference between you and Linus is that you are a game tuber. Linus, yeah, exactly. If I sat here and started like spouting off like tech stuff and bits and pieces, I could do all that as well. But I choose not to. Number one, I haven't got the money to do it. But yeah, that's the joys of life. Gamers are limited. For me, this channel will probably be just one of those things. I'll always come back to it. It'll have a very sort of niche down audience. The same people will turn up to the streams just right now, and then that'll be it. But then my other channel, if you can go faceless, you can live a little bit longer, because no one ever sees you. The one piece of advice that someone gave to me when I first started was, "Why are you on camera?" I said, "Well, because I want to be." And they said, yeah, the problem with that is when you get older, do people really want to watch their dad play their games? I'm like, actually, that's a good point. So I stayed off the cam for ages. And the reason why I came back to it was just to add a bit more humanness to the actual content. Because I felt like too many people were going faceless, whereas you're not really having that like actual, like, you can't really see the person who you want to listen to. And that's why I stayed on doing my live streams. I did the live streams with a camera because at the end of the day, you guys know that I'm real. That was a big thing. So yeah, that's what this channel is. It's all about just me being here and playing games and going through the same crap as everybody else. That's just life. My other channel, I'm probably going to keep faceless, and some people won't know that this channel exists, and others won't know the other channel exists. That's just how I'm going to keep it. You subscribed out of pity. Why did you subscribe out of pity? I don't understand the mentality of that. If you don't like the channel and you found something wrong with it, why'd you come back? It's a genuine question as well, because it's like, you know, why did you come back? Why did you unsubscribe the first time? There are 3 types of YouTubers I like. There you go. Exactly. Because I thought you were underrated. Oh, well, people still say that now, even with like the amount I have. I just see myself as just one of those things. Tech, game and gun. There you go. I watch a lot of tech. I watch mainly Linus and Jay's 2 cents when it comes to tech. I started watching Austin, the little short, I can't remember his second name. But he's done a couple of videos with Jay as well. I like his content. I just don't like some of the people who co-host, if that makes sense. I like him as a person. But then, yeah, when it comes down to YouTubers, it's mainly just whatever's around. I tend to watch I've got a variety of what I actually watch. I watch like Serpent ZA and like his other show, which is the China show. I watch that because I find it hilarious that China is so stuck up its own ass that it just looks like a nightmare every time I watch a video towards it. I'll watch like Simon Dan and a few other people debunking like flat earthers, because flat earthers deserve all ridicule because they're all a bunch of weirdos. I watch McToon because he actually does live streams with flat earthers, and then I try and figure out why. Because the mentality you have to be able to put up with those people, you have to be you have to be a real patient person to put up with that. Daily dose of internet in my type of I do have another channel where I'm doing what my friend advised me to do for like research, where the idea is you don't push the search button, you just go through the recommendation list and you just find a random channel. I'm like, that's actually not a bad idea. It's a good way of like looking into like content that you actually like and content you might want to build. And looking at it, I was just like, It's really hard. If you don't really know what you're looking for, and YouTube doesn't know what you're looking for, YouTube becomes a really weird place. Like, it's strange. The recommendations I've been getting are like, I don't want to watch this, so I've been scrolling for days. Like, okay, I'll be all right there. You start talking about something I want to hear, and an ad pops up. Yeah, well, the ads are there because I make no money. Everyone knows this by now, right? I think a tooth is broken. No, it's nearly broken. It'll get fixed it'll get fixed soon. New fear unlocked. Nah, it's not a fear. It's weird, but it's definitely not a fear. It's a way of looking into what gets made on YouTube. They picked the wrong time. The joys of life. Like I said, if this channel made £3,000 a month from video views alone, I wouldn't put adverts in live streams. But the live streams, because of the amount of people that come on and view them, it's lucrative. It's enough to get me up a little bit higher, so my monthly income looks a little bit better. You know, I've paid one of my debts off before the end of this year. I'm well happy. I'm like, okay, that's done. Next. The flat earthers get real quiet when they say something. Yeah. To a retired sniper and ask them to explain where there's no... Yeah, so I find it funny. So flat earthers, to me, I find them a special breed, where the amount of times I've said I'm stupid, but then I can watch them and just realise that I'm not that bad. You know? it's like my go-to for, like, I'm okay, don't worry about me. I also like the infographical channels. So another one I watch is like the Y-Files. I don't know if anybody else watches them, and if you do, put a yes in chat. Right? Go and watch the Y-Files. It's fantastic. AJ does an amazing. He's a presenter. He used to work for radio, so he's got he knows how to keep an audience listening. He's really, really good. I enjoy it so much. Right? It got to a point that Kerry became a Patreon member because Kerry's one of those sad people. It's like, yes, I want to do this. I want to support him. Dude, he's just such a good channel. It's sad because I do the same thing. I support Creaky. Yeah, it's a sad thing. I like to watch the. No, I'm one of his channel members. I support two YouTubers. I support Creaky. And I support Diesel because Diesel pays me money. That money goes back to paying him. Daily dose of internet. I like playing Scrap Mechanic personally, but I felt like the building was a bit too grindy, and that's all. Yeah, so that's the problem with base building games in some respect. Base building games, they do grind out a lot because you have to like go and get the elements. You have to do this. You have to get the elements. You have to do this. You have to get. Planet Crafter's a really good one though. If you want to play one that doesn't take a lot of time to build a base and you get satisfaction, yeah, I'm here to support you. Thank you very much, Gadfield, and all the other people that are like with your names green. It's most appreciated. Thank you for your efforts of supporting this channel. And if you do want your name in green as well, it costs like 99 cents a month. 25 cents a week. You can support this channel, basically. If 18,000 people did that, I would call this my full-time job. That would be amazing. Just imagine all the Pepsi Max I could have. Go Rush. But yeah, so it's like I think I set it to the lowest I could was 99 cents. So for the low price of like 25 cents a week, you can support this channel. And I'm like, for all those people who don't have a lot of money, like I don't have a lot of money. So when I support somebody, I normally go for the lowest tier because I can't afford it. But That's why I support 2 different channels, because it costs me like £2 a month. It'd be nice to make this a full-time job and you have money to play, time to play. You have more time to play. The worst part about that is I can't do anything else with Hydroneer. I have completed Hydroneer various amounts of times. Like I can't keep doing it. That's why I'm waiting for the new update. When the new update goes in, I will be back on it. Any chance you're going back onto Junk Punk? I haven't played that game for yonks. I don't know. I will still advocate for that game if anybody ever wants like one of those games. Junk Punk was pretty cool. The dollar has got a stupidly expensive in my country. Sure you've heard. Nope. Billy Bob, thank you very much for being a roadie. Boom to you, sir. Only another 17,000 and however many other people to do it. Yeah. I have 8 kids, so my money is limited. Yeah, I mean, in certain respects, yeah. I think he's got 1 from 1, and yeah. I don't know. But yeah, it's the reason why I put the lowest like section there, because it's like I know everybody doesn't have money. I mean, as a group of gamers, we are probably the people who like we don't get a lot of money. Could do a core stone only challenge. Oh my god, no! Well, that sounds disgusting. The problem with that is I don't think there's enough dirt in Ember Cradle to do a core stone challenge. Because core stone's really, really rare to get hold of. Like, especially like digging it. I don't think it would work. That's why I did the rare elements challenge. $1 US used to be 20 lira, now it's 50. Yeah, okay. Yeah, I said I don't expect everybody to ever become a sponsor, but if it was ever possible that, you know, like people did, then it'd be all good. You didn't have to do that, but thank you very much, mate. It's most appreciated. Boom, $5. I saw a booking as a £35, like $100 or something. Yeah, I think like the Canadian dollar's like stupidly. I think it's really bad. Give me a sec. Pound to Canadian. I can't spell. Dollar. Let's do £100 in Canadian dollars. So £100 is 168 Canadian dollars, which is the exchange rate's not brilliant. Let's put it that way. Isn't there a big digger in the game now? What, in Hydroneer? There's a mole, and there's a mole and a drill test, which I've covered. No, in this game, this is the big digger. This is the 400. This is the biggest excavator in the game. This is it, man. Don't get scared now. Can we get a zoom in on the beard? I can do a bigger camera. There we go. It's not big, it's just bushy now. Did you get the quad? No, because that means I have to take time away from digging. So I'm not getting it. I'm not really worried about the quad bike. It's like it's an ATV really, but yeah, it's one of those things. It's like meh. You know what? If they bought a 700 excavator, I'd be well happy. But a quad bike doesn't really increase my gameplay that much, and I'm like, no, I don't really care. I'm hoping that is not all the updates they're putting into this game. The quad is pointless. It's not pointless. It's just a little bit useless. Like, if you're just dotting around the map and you haven't got like fast travels, it's not a bad thing. If you've got the truck and you've got fast travels, then it's pretty useless. But it's just a thing. It's not one of those things I was really excited about. When it happened, I was like, yay, something else I'm not really going to care about. And I was right. I didn't really care about it. This is why I keep hoping that maybe they'll do something better with this game. I don't want it. It's not going to improve my life any better. So I can't be bothered. If they wanted to like make this game better, then instead of releasing something that for most cases is pretty useless, they should have gone, right, when this leaderboard finishes, this is what we're putting into the game. Because if you can give something that people really want, no one's going to give a crap about the useless items. They just want the thing that's going to make the game better. And that's why I'm looking forward to Hydroneer. It's going to give players a whole new area to play in. I'm hoping they're going to be chucking in a whole new load of stuff. I'd like to see like tier 4, 5 and 6 stuff, maybe. I'd like to see some really big plots of land. I want to see an optimization update to this game where it just means that it's never going to pause up too much unless you've got a stupid amount running. I want to see Hydroneer become like a really good sort of like basic mining game. Or a basic automation game, because that's what it is. I'd like to see it on the same sort of par as maybe Foundry. I think Foundry is going to be a good one. When's the update supposed to be out for Hydroneer? For what I know, which isn't a lot because no one really knows, but my best guess will be on the anniversary of Hydroneer's 4th year, which will be in May. So they've been working on this update for about 4 or 5 months now. In the background, no one knew about it until Itchy started like hinting they were working on something, and then it's gonna be one of those like, oh, okay, cool, we're doing this. One Alpha Helix got a new record on his live stream, right? I have no idea who that is. Just now, only took him 400,000 attempts to get to 40%. I don't know what that means. That means absolutely nothing to me. Well, yeah, but I don't know who it is. So, okay. I don't even know what 40% means. That means absolutely nothing to me. And I'm like, okay, right. Move on. Next bit of news. What am I trying to accomplish today? Really, I'm just trying to dig out as much as I can. The idea is everything I've basically ruined from that wall to that wall is all gold-rich soil. So I'm really just digging out as much as I can until the end. We've got about a week. I've got about a week left according to like the time. So I might get most of this done, which is it's good enough for me. Well, you heard that nerdy white guy with glasses say "oh my god" and freak out. It was a popular meme. Nope. And I'm a nerdy white guy with glasses who says "oh my god." So no, I don't. The joys of not being a teenager, right, is that I don't pay attention to a lot of pop culture stuff nowadays. Not on TikTok. I don't really care. I just realised you're deeper underground than my granddad. Yeah, probably. I'm 15 meters down. Well, my entire existence right now is studying and geometry dash. Yep, sounds about right. When I was 14, my entire life was we didn't have a computer. Oh no, sorry, I did. It didn't connect to the internet. And I had to pay to be online. Like, I had to pay my mum and dad £1 an hour to play computer games online. So Diablo 2 was a really expensive time for me. 9 meters deep, yeah. Computers were the size of a warehouse. Yeah, dude, I remember those. I wasn't there at that time, but I remember how big they were. Like, at 14 years old, I was in... So, secondary school, that was in 1990... 1997. I think we had a computer lab in school at that time, and yeah, I think that was about it. The dial up as a kid, that was horrific. Yeah, 1997 when I was 14. I actually grew up without the internet. When I was in secondary school, that's when we actually had our first section of computers that were actually logged onto the internet, and we were playing clip art games, and we were playing like crappy pool games with each other. We had AOL chat and Hotmail chat, and ASL was the biggest thing that was ever typed into a computer. That was really about it. And then at one point, when I think I was like 15, when I started getting banned from the school computers because I kept typing in like pictures of Melinda Messenger. So I was a bit of a perv in school, and it was free, and then all of a sudden I had my account banned for like a week. Pong was like it was a couple of years before me. So Pong was like 70s. So in the 80s we didn't have I had my dad's Master System. The water source is dried up. Oh no, what a shame. Yeah, I only got banned twice off the school network for looking up half naked pictures. I learnt my lesson after that. And then we had Encarta. That was a big thing. Looking back on it now, what we had when I was 14, I was like, Jesus Christ, how the hell did we survive? Dude, YouTube be copy striking people for the dumbest stuff, while Master Wrong Way is laughing in the corner. Yeah, well, what you do is don't break the rules on YouTube, you'll be fine. Was the lesson user teacher's login? No, it wasn't user teacher's login. It was don't do that shit at school. That was stupid. Do it at home instead. It's fine. Thankfully, at home I could partition off my own logins, so that was more easier to deal with. So my browser history was never seen by anybody else because I was able to have my own login. That was when it was just easier. Always fun though. Right, this one's almost empty. Oh no, it's not. It's got 57%, but we need to refuel it, so it's fine. If you used a teacher's login, they would get fired. No, not really. They would probably be asked, why is this being done? The problem with teachers' login is when I was in school, the teachers never used to put bits of paper with their login details around. They used to have their own books and used to carry them around. That's where all their details were. But we never had access to those. I once was going down to a crowdy stair when I fell and caused a chain reaction. Because we were like the idiots of the school. We once did a thing where we put a dead fish in one of the lockers downstairs, and no one found it for weeks. It was really bad. It stunk a lot. And then one of my French teacher had a nervous breakdown and threw a dictionary at my friend, and that was a French dictionary, so it had like all of the translations. That was a big book. Yeah, we were stupid. One of my friends hacked the school network and put a picture of Homer and Marge Simpson shagging whilst Bart was taking a photo on every single computer in the school. That was a fun one. Oh, well, I wasn't a nice kid, let's put it that way. Did the teacher get canned? No, there was no teacher, mate. It was just me. I like to take risks, do creative things in this game to keep it as fresh as possible, but I'm playing season mode. Yeah, I got to be honest. If I wasn't playing leaderboard, I wouldn't be playing this. I'd probably be sitting here trying to finish off the list of. I've got to do that actually. So next week's live stream, when this finishes, I'll probably be playing Hydroneer because I need to finish off the achievements list. So we need to do that. Oh no, he basically suffered from a nervous breakdown, so he took time off, and then he actually became the head teacher at one point. Like when I left school and stuff, I had my brother was in the school for a bit, and then he left. And then I kept in touch with people who were still around that school, and yeah, he became the headmaster. And then one of my English teachers decided to like go and shag off with one of the like prefects. She was 18, so yeah, he ended up with an 18-year-old for a bit. He got divorced from his wife, and then there was always the rumour that one of my PE teachers was a lesbian. That was funny. Yeah, it was a good school. I almost got taken out of school a couple of times by my parents because I kept getting bullied and beaten up. And then I got in trouble with one of my PE teachers because he was like a county cricket player when he was younger, and just as a joke, right? Just as a joke, he was explaining how to hit a cricket ball properly. You know, he's like squaring up the ball and so on and so forth. And I said, "Yeah, just let it fly and hit you in the face." And then he like detentioned me. I'm like, literally, I just got fucked. I got pissed over just because of like one comment. People take things way too seriously in life. Okay, admittedly, it was part of his life. I need more ideas to recreate history. It's not history, man. It's just like fucking around as a kid. That's all I ever did, and that's part of the reason why I ended up in what I do now. I messed around so much in school that I didn't really pay attention to anything, and I screwed up my life. Because what I should have done is I should have paid attention in school. I should have got myself a decent, like a couple of decent grades. One of them should have been in art. I should have done drama was a good thing for me. Art, drama, graphic design were my main choices. If I'd have just followed through with those three things, I could have gone on to college. I could have done a bloody degree in like actual artistry. I could have gone on to university. I got a master's in it, and I could have got my apprenticeship and gone into an actual like tattooist studio and earned some decent cash. Because I loved getting tattooed, so I liked designing them. But it was just one of those things. Because I screwed up so much in like what I did in school, I didn't think about my future. I didn't care about my future, and now I look back on it, I really should have cared about my future. Because I could have done so much more with what I had, but I never did anything. I screwed up. So I really, really hope that even to the few kids that might watch this, I really, really hope that you do not take me as a bloody messiah in this world. Get yourself through school. Get yourself into doing something you enjoy. Your job will never feel like a job if you enjoy what you do. When you get out of school with no grades, you end up in supermarkets, you end up in factories, you end up in some real dead-end crappy jobs in life. and you get screwed over by the people who rule over you because you're the bottom. You are the minions. You are the people they don't really care about because you are expendable. Get a better job, get out there and actually do something, because doing what I did is not the way to do things. Working 60 to 70 hours a week sucks bollocks. It really does. Don't do it. It's that simple. My brother's sticking out in my entire English teacher's room on her. Yeah, so it's, you do that sort of thing, then you've like regret it later on in life. I regret a lot of what I did in school because I regret not doing more with what I had. You're in 8th grade, so yeah, 14 years old. That's when things started going wrong for me. Like 14, I got in with a couple of the wrong people, and I just didn't really do anything else for school. I didn't finish school, and it's rough. Yeah, it really is. If there was a way, and I know people do this, and it's the best thing in hindsight. If there was a way of going back and warning me to not do certain things, I wouldn't do them. I would have done more. I would have actually paid attention to what I was doing instead of fudging around as much. I would have also told myself to buy Bitcoin because I would have been rich. Got like 4 months until I'm 14. Mate, at 14 years old, that's when, because I was impressionable, like some of the people I hung around with, I mean, they weren't massively bad, but they were a distraction of what I should have been doing. You know, don't just, if you're gonna hang out with people, you're gonna have fun. That's fine. Just do your schoolwork and do something you really want to do. A rare miner spotted in a hybrid stream. Yeah, there's a couple of youngers. But yeah, if you're gonna take any advice from me as an older person, like if you're a younger person and you want to take some advice from somebody who's lived it, just do something in school you really want to do. Do a job later. So you want to aim for something you want to achieve. You want to aim for a job you really want to do, because if you can get into a job you really want to do, you'll enjoy it more. You won't have, unless that job is like games developing and you've got to like grind a game out in 3 months, right? You'll enjoy life more if you can do stuff you enjoy. Like, I'll put this into perspective. I learned a lot when I moved out. So I moved out of my parents' house at 23. 2006 I moved out because we moved to Wales. So it sort of stunted me for a couple of years. So I worked in a call centre for a couple of years. I got drunk a lot. I didn't pay attention to anything else. I just got drunk. And then I moved out. I moved out into my nan's house to start with, because my nan gave me a place to live for a couple of months. So I got myself into a job. I had money coming in. I could get a flat. I was good, because you have to get like a month and a half's worth of rent. That was how much I had to pay when I first got a flat. I think it's more now. So I had to scrape together all that. So I was living on my nan's floor for a couple of months, and then I got into my own place. No, at that point, knowing that I would have to do 2 jobs in order for me to live. So I worked 2 jobs. I got up at 6:30 every single morning. I went to work. I started work at 7:30 in the morning. I finished work at 4:30. I got home. I ate something very quickly, and then I got dressed, and then I went back to work until 10 o'clock at night. And I did that for 4.5 years straight without any stops. During that time, I became a DJ as well for a nightclub in my local town. So on a Friday night, I would finish my shift at like 9:30 on a Friday night. Store would close, and then I'd shoot off. I'd get dressed, jump in my car, drive off, and then DJ till 4 o'clock in the morning. And then on Saturday, because I'd just finished at 4, I'd pop off down to like the only bar that was open, and I'd stay up until Saturday morning, as it was still going. And then I'd get home, because I'd sober up by then. I'd get home, have a shower, and I'd go back to work for like 3 o'clock in the afternoon. And then I'd finish work at like 7, 8 o'clock on a Saturday night. And then I'd go out and get drunk. And then Sunday wake up with a stupid hangover. And I was fun. And it was awesome. But then I was working between 60 and 70 hours a week, every week, for 4.5 years. And that's not a life. It's not even an existence, right? I had very few friends, apart from the people I went clubbing with, because over time I made friends with people there. I was fine. When I was DJing, I made friends with people who come up and ask for songs, and that was fine. But from my work life, I don't really talk to any of those people anymore. You know, and I spent 10 years in one job, 7 years in another. Between those two jobs, I know very few people. And my entire existence was working for people who really didn't care about you. And that's the problem. When you fail in school and you just go down the route of working in like crappy jobs, you don't have a life. You are a minion. You work, you go home. You work, you go home. And this is when people start complaining that their lives have no meaning. Because all you do is you sit there and you do the same thing every single day. Your days become blurry, and then there's no definition between each day because everything is the same. And that's what I learned very quickly. And I lived it. I didn't have time for a girlfriend. I didn't have time for a relationship because I was working 60 to 70 hours a week. There was no point in having a relationship because I wouldn't be able to spend time with them. And there's your problem. Will there be minus one minor this stream? For now, see you. Have a good one. Eat, work, work, eat, sleep. Yeah, it's basically life on repeat. You get nothing else. So if there's any lesson that I could teach a kid, like if you aim for something in school, even if it's like you just want to be a supervisor of somewhere and you've got an ambition to like do something, do it. Because if you go down the route I did, you will regret quite a large chunk of your life because you won't have anything to show for it. The only thing that I got out of it was I went bankrupt. And that's how I stopped working 2 jobs. I went bankrupt because I couldn't afford both jobs. So I only had one job and I went bankrupt, and then I had no bank accounts for 5 years. I had a building society account I was able to get paid into, and every single piece of my money was allocated into certain things that I had no control over. Did I learn a lesson? Yes. Hybrid talks life. There we go. I hope people. I hope someone listens to it as a younger person and goes, "Yeah, I'm not going to fuck up anymore." Because if you do, it's just horrible. Right, I think I need to do one more load. So it's another like truck full, maybe 2. But yeah, if you have any questions, I could try and help you. I can, give you some sort of pearly wisdom about what you should and shouldn't be doing, but you're only hearing it from somebody's experience who went through it all. Ba, ba, ba. Of what? I don't know what you're doing. Okay. Yep. Have to have access to a full-time carer, me being the husband, who basically has to help me around the house because of X amount of stuff. Because having a carer around means that I do the stuff for you. Did you have a run around looking for other boxes? Oh no, I already got... I don't think there are any other boxes. I mean, if there are, I missed them, and it's a little bit too late now. But I never ran around the other plots, so no. I got all the ones out of here, and I got the ones out of Rivertown, but I didn't think there was any in the other plot. But I could be wrong. I'm probably wrong. Did you end up going around the other plots at all? Did anybody? Yeah, well, I'll go out for a walk on Tuesday because I've got to put my script in, so I'll do that then. I have Old Arnold, didn't see any there. I did well in school, kicked ass working, then quit. Now I'm kind of in no man's land about what to do with myself to make money. Luckily I had a lot of working, so I had plenty of time. Yeah, so I mean, if you're able to, like, you know, do that sort of thing so you can sort of prep for the future, it's all good. But I would say you need to plan it out. Like, yeah, I don't think nowadays you can't really go through life and just bumble through it. I think it's impossible. But, you know, I mean, I could be wrong, but the way I saw it was there was just no opportunity for me after I finished school because of just how bad I did to myself. It's why even when people come on here and they just go, I want to be a YouTuber, I'm like, seriously, just no, there's no, look at something else. Like, try and get out there, try and actually do something with your life. YouTubing's okay as a hobby, but I don't see this as it. I mean, as I said, people can turn this into a career and it can be worth it, but it's a lot of work. Especially if you're not naturally charismatic like me. You know, I'm just your average guy who does this. It took me a while to get to where I am. Okie-dokie. Okay. Spent 5 years prepping to leave work. Became a day trader. Still trying to make it work. 5 years. Yeah. Look into. I don't know if you ever look into a guy called Greg Secker. He's one of those people that he used to be on. Like in the UK, he used to be on like GMTV every morning, talk about stocks and shares and so on and so forth. He's got he built a company up from making a trading platform, which is fairly decent, and now it actually has AI capabilities where he's even proved that you don't even need a lot to do it. Well, you need like $5,000 for the software now, but because it's AI driven, it will literally find you trades for like X amount of times and stuff. And most of the time it makes people money now. But yeah, Greg Secker, he's the guy that... What's the best way of making a living out of procrastination? Honestly, doing surveys. Buying low price stuff on eBay and selling it. Going to charity shops, buying stuff and selling it on eBay. Going on to eco-hub websites and bits and pieces in your local area, picking up free stuff, restoring it and selling it on eBay. Basically, sell shit. That's what I would do. Okay. If I'm going to be honest, it's sort of what I'm looking into for doing extra cash next year, because I've got a load of stuff I need to flog, so it's a good starting for doing reselling. Be a pharmacy drugs tester. Yeah, you can do that. You could be a sperm donator if you've got like a decent flow and you've got a need in your local area. I mean, that money's hand over fist, so you should be alright. I know it's a friend's joke, that one. Making money hands over fist. Yep, there you go. What else could you do as a serial procrastinator? You could be a at-home call agent. Basically, you start from an agency that can do stuff from home. Let's say you're disabled, and they turn your landline into an office phone. So between the hours of this and that and the other, calls can be forwarded to you, and you take calls for like companies that really need help on their phones. That's something you can do. It's just an idea. But as a procrastinator, you could just be a massive wanker. Quite literally. I mean, eat lots of food so you get massive, and you just jack off 4 times a day. I know you might not, yeah. Doesn't sound like procrastinating much. No, unfortunately, you can't do anything procrastinating. You can sleep, but unfortunately, no, there is no job in it unless you're Boris Johnson. Didn't. Wish I could do my job from home. There's probably a way of doing it, but unfortunately, a lot of places prefer you to be in the office. Perfect job, mattress tester. Yeah. That sounds like a perfect job. The thing is, I've seen those people who work for like Chinese companies who do like really boring tasks. I'm like, no, I need to do something actual in my job. So Hybrid, I've got to go for a semi-busy day tomorrow. It's Sunday. Go to sleep. It's what I want to do. But I will get woken up by my kids tomorrow morning. It will happen. I know it will. Daddy, I'm hungry. It's 5 o'clock in the morning. Go back to bed. But I'm hungry. Should have eaten all your dinner. Need to have a secured hard lock. Yeah, I know, that sucks. One thing I like, one of my friends, RPM Nexus, he used to come in here a lot before he's going through all the shit that he's going through, right? So he used to work for the city council at Myrtle Beach, and he used to be a beach cleaner. That sounds like a really cool job, and the reason why is because you can look at all the stuff that gets thrown away, like deck chairs and bits and pieces, and I think I would just turn it all into what I could sell. Or what I'd find, and then I'd probably turn my job into my actual like YouTube channel. Like, what did I find on the beach today? Ta-da! That sort of stuff. I don't know if you're allowed to do it, but that's what I would like to do. Just a way of making cash. How do you make money? I work, and then I film what I do, because it's cool. Metal detecting is a good way of making money. If you got enough time, and you know where you're going. I don't know how much I've got up here now. I think I'm full. No, it's not. I think it's depending where you are. Like there was a person I think it was a person in the UK. He found like a gold coin stash that was worth like a couple of mil. That was a guy. I think that was a guy in the UK. I just got one I find trash. Looking, I would say just look in a better place then. Oh no. That should be enough to like fill this up, I think. And then I've just got to go and turn it off when everything gets full. We're just about to. I'm going to be doing another cleanup, so it's not bad. 2 cleanups in 3 hours. Admittedly, the first cleanup was like a catch-up, so this is like a proper cleanup. Just thinking, what else could you be like? What else could you do as a procrastinator? I think like online surveys would literally be the only thing you could do that doesn't involve buying or selling anything, and it involves you sitting at a computer. But then you have to do like, I don't know, like a couple of 100 surveys a day, which would be boring as hell, and that's a lot of time as well. I mean, a lot of time. I make more gold panning for real. Yeah, I'd say gold panning would be something you could really do that actually is lucrative if you can find the right river or right area you go to. I think that's what I would do if I was in that sort of situation of what the smeg am I going to do with my life. I think gold panning would just be something I would just do. If I can make like $50 a day, then I'm okay. I know the gravel pumps are full, but I want all of that to be full as well. I like to own a few thousand acres of land and find rare metal deposits on it. That sounds like a good one to go. $99. I need that top lot to be full. There we go. They're full. They're full. Let's go. 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 Turn it off. Right, all good. There's not going to be a lot in these ones. These were right at the beginning. Let me just take that one out now. Yeah. There's not a lot in those. Not a lot at all. Can you combine buckets? No. It won't let you. So that's why I just tipped them into the actual sorter, because that's just the way to go. Well, if I take that one up with me. For the time invested in gold panning is far better than metal detecting, but I'm just getting started with detecting. Yeah, I think over time you have to just find the right places to go, don't you? I mean, that's why actually I like the idea of like gold, like metal detecting in Australia, because you can make a fairly good living out of just metal detecting in Australia. Like if you got the right patches of land, like the right area, like of like an old riverbed or something. Some of those places are there's just gold everywhere. You just have to have a metal detector and the rights to be there, basically. But if you watch the Gold Hunters on Australia, there was a first season in the first couple. There's a couple on there that literally do metal detecting. They dig down and then they found like a $3,000 nugget. I'm like, oh, jeebus. But yeah. It's like, man, that'd be cool. The problem is when you watch a program like that, you're like, hey, this is going to be well easy. And then it's not, because they spend like 8 hours there just to try and find that one nugget. And if it was that easy, everyone would do it. Obviously, it's not that easy because not everyone does it. You couldn't survive here, bro. Even in winter, it's hot. No, well, I mean, I'd probably learn to survive. You know, I don't like the heat, but I don't. You know, I'm not going to die in it. I'm just gonna complain a lot. I just don't like the heat. Right, is my water source dried up? I'm going to assume it is. Yes, it's drier than a nun's vagina. I know, a disgusting thought, but there we go. I actually need that connected to that because I need to wash, so that's fine. Be part of the Barmy Army. At the end of the day, I mean, if I had the means and the actual money, I'd probably go into something like metal detecting in Australia or something, because it's just, I don't know. You see it as like a real thing. It's like actually it could be done, but I think right now, for me, it's more just I have to deal with what I've got in my way of doing things. Joys of life. You have to figure it out and go for it. The Barmy Army is a porn cricket fan. Right, yeah. Or pom cricket fan. Nah. I don't really like cricket. Cricket's a bit crap. It's a bit slow. I don't really like it. Yeah, I know people said the same thing about baseball, but generally I actually preferred baseball. I don't get cricket. You know, I'm not sure if I could play a game. I'm not sure if I could play a game like that for days on end. Yeah, we're day 3. Right. Yeah, we're still playing. Right. Same match? Yeah. Right. Oh dear. It's all good. That's all good. Oh dear. Limited time offer. Frankenstein available for 15% discount. Yeah, well, I've got 3 of them. I don't need any more. Da 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 da. Do. But yeah, if I could go back and do stuff now, I think I would. I think that's life, though. You always regret the things you never did. Hold on. The problem with prospecting and trading for income is you can, well, yeah, I mean there is that, but I mean, so Knockstream. Here's the thing. Do you know who Dan Hurd is? If you don't know who Dan Hurd is, this guy figured out how to be a YouTuber and how to run a gemstone business at the same time. Yeah, do that. He's a prospector. He takes the stuff he finds and then turns it into jewellery and then flogs it. Genuinely, a bloody decent... that's a good business. And, I mean, if I was in a different position in life, or if I was in a different country in life, I think that's where I would go. Like, for what he does is being able to, like, obviously he's like, he knows what he's talking about and so on and so forth. In real life Hydroneer, sort of, yeah. And I think that's where like most people who do prospecting should really go. Provide a service for people, gift ideas and bits and pieces, but at the same time cover the things you really enjoy. If I was able to do that in my life, like being able to like actually do that sort of thing, I think that's a pretty cool life. I had to go for a bit of back, and that's not a problem. It's all good. You know, thanks very much for coming back. It's awesome. But yeah, I like it. I like his channel. It's chill, and I like it. And it's, you know, it does serve a purpose. I actually learn about rocks. I learn about like geology a little bit. I learn about the history of like the gold movements and so on and so forth in certain parts of America, and I like all that. It's a good like a history buff. But at the same time, the stuff he creates out of like the gemstones, it's awesome. And I think genuinely it's a good idea. I was going to buy one. Unfortunately, not enough money. But I was going to buy a little pendant that they have on his channel. And I'm like, actually, that's pretty cool, because I like the idea of it. I thought it looked nice. It was pretty, and I could have given it out as a gift. But again, money. I don't really have it. But I think, yeah, if you're a prospecting person, you like going out on walks and finding stuff, I think that is the best way to go. Like, I know Flash in Japan was another. Like, he liked gold panning, so him and his friends would basically sit up in a river and he would record it off as a video and stuff like that. Again, it's something I think that should be done. It shows that sort of that part of working life in a way. Ba-da-ba-da-da-dan. I'm still listening to stream beats, that's all good. Yeah, still Harry Taylor, that's... No! Oh, I dropped it. Damn it! Right, okay, cool. Next cleanup. My water source is all dried up though. That's the downside. So I need to take this hose and I need to attach it to this over here. Because I haven't got water. There we go, right. Are we going to hit 20,000 ounces? Easy. Is there a certain amount of money you're trying to get? No, I'm just trying to get as much as I can now. I've got 6.5 million in the bank, and now I've got 20,000 ounces of gold just sitting around. The joys of leaderboard is it's just, you just go for as much as you can get now. I'm playing just for laughs now. I'm not really in it to win. I'm not gonna win the leaderboard, let's put it that way. There are too many people cheating. So you just play for giggles now. And be like, it's all good, don't worry about it. Just enjoy it, kick back and be happy. It's all good. So that's going to be that last bucket on that one, and the last bucket goes into this. Wow, okay, they're processing real slow. Come on, come on, come on, come on, come on! The water source is filled up again. Yay! Like I don't need it right now. There we go. Right, that's all the buckets done. I've put my buckets back up there. They're all down here. That's cool. So we can stack these back up now. So I don't need all these buckets anymore. If I wanted to do like a double cleanup, then I do need all the buckets, which I should do. I think tomorrow when I'm grinding, I think I might just grind out the game tomorrow. I might just fill up 2 loads of buckets and then just go for it. So I'll get like 4,000 or 5,000 ounces in one go. So that, oh, 800 ounces. That's not good. I only got 800 ounces on that one side. I got 1,500 on that side, so that's alright. That's why you need to get the claim to do stunts. No, that sounds stupid. Right, fill that up. There we go. Cool. Oh, I'm sorry, I'm no fun. There we go. All good in the hood, as I like to say. Right, we'll just run the rest of the dirt through now. It's not a lot, but it's enough to start it off. Yeah, I'd just about do it. And there we go. So that's all done. I need to turn off my water, so we'll take that out. I think I might need to fill the tower up though. That's the downside. So the water tower is at 53,000 gallons, so we'll fill that back up. Yeah. Oh yeah, is that 1 million gallons or 100? Is that 100? No, it is 1 million gallons, isn't it? Yeah, there's 7 zeros there. It's a million. So I'm that much of a fool. Foolish. Right. Okay. Where does that put me in the leaderboard? Da 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 da. Doom. That puts me at 20th with 40,000 ounces of gold. 40,000. Gadfield's at 42,000. Yeah, that's not bad. But look at the pace. I'm like, I'm off of like Old Man and Higgs. But there we go. I mean, I've stayed at like I've been pretty consistent, like 20th the whole time. I'm all good with that. Gonna have to put in another 5k today. Well, I'll see how things go for me. As I said, I think this might be my last day on today, and then I might start doing other stuff over the next few days now, because like going into 2024, it's going to be one of those sort of, I've got things to do and I've got to mess around with a few bits and I've got to do this, that and the other. So I might not be able to basically carry on doing this. I've just got things to do really, and that's the problem. I mean, other people who do this are good, it's good enough. But like getting towards the end of the season, I'm like, I do need to start doing other things before I start getting really behind in stuff. Because that's the downside to doing like what I do. Like YouTube and streaming and stuff is fine, but like having to keep up with it is hard. Oh, you're going to beat me anyway, it's fine. Unless I can get stuff done during the day, tomorrow. You know, I think most people will just beat me now. You'll have a week on me, maybe. We'll see. Hey, like I said, this is my first year in as well. Or first season. It might get harder next time. Maybe. We'll have to see, Gad. But yeah, next year, I think next season, like I think the next one's going to be like March. So I might be in that one, and then I'll get a better start off of that because I know what I'm doing. Definitely. Like the first thing I'm going for is like staff members. I'm like, yep, I need these guys. Get them in as ASAP. Start digging. You learn a lot this season? Yeah, same. This season's definitely been like an actual lesson of like what I should do, what I shouldn't do, how to do this. Taking like the advice that people have given me and be like, you need to do this. Okay, cool. Right, that's what I need to aim for then. Well, only 15 more truckfuls to go. Well, it'll be 16 really, but yeah. Like I said, for me, I'll probably be doing this like tomorrow. I don't even know how much gold I've got left in this ground, that's the problem. You could always do some tutorials, video showcasing what you've learned. I mean, the thing is, I think, as it is now, this game doesn't really bring in a lot of new people. Because the game is older, it's harder to bring in like a new group. The only way that would be viable for me would be if the game basically gets a massive update, new equipment and so on and so forth, and then I'd be one of those like quick people that basically just jumps on it as a trend and be like, okay, I'm going to do everything. We'll go from there. But like teaching people how to do this in like as a noob, I think it needs more people to be able to see this as a new game. Like doing stuff on Out of Ore when that was a brand new game was very good. I enjoyed the game. I enjoyed the views. I enjoyed people actually seeing it as a good thing. But nowadays, it's hard to do anything on that game because people aren't new to it anymore. It's the problem with doing tutorials for especially like a game like this. You know, once everybody knows how to do it, there's never really any new people coming in, and that's one of the main issues. Like Hydroneer, the reason why I get quite a lot of like Hydroneer stuff still is because it's a more kiddified game where people are still coming into it and be like, oh my god, this is a really cool game. So yeah, that's why Hydroneer is just more lucrative, basically. And it's, again, it's why like having this update coming through actually makes me more excited to do videos for it, because I know what the crowd are like when it comes to that game. When it comes to this game, it's an older audience. There's more people who have played this than who don't play it, or who want to give it another go. You know, that sort of thing. So yeah, I mean, if I'd have been more into this like when it first came out, and like, you know, a bit like how Split did it, where he was one of the OG. You know, the reason why people know Split is probably because of his already good videos, and all the effort he put into it and everything he's done. I would say that that's why people got into this game in the first place. It would be through him. When it comes to nowadays, there's not really a call for it. I would say more people are into things like Dyson Sphere Project, Hydroneer, maybe even like Out of All. Unfortunately, it's an old crowd now. I've got to play bloody Gold Hunters soon, thanks to Old Man Gaming. Got to subject myself to that fucking train wreck. I did say I'd give it another go. Like I said I'd give it a year. My video has been out for almost a year now, and I'm glad I didn't have to pay for it. And Old Man Gaming basically said, "Hey, you can have this." But yeah, I'm like, yeah. This game has a bit of a strange community as well. Not so much as a strange community. I would say that it's a recovering community now. Like, there are a few new people in the Discord, but this is just because the game went through a massive flip. Old Man yeah, he sent it to me on Steam. He was like, dude, you'll be alright. I was like, oh no. So yeah, he gifted it to me on Steam. I'm like, oh no. So yeah, I have to actually do a video on it, because I can't just not play it when somebody sends me something. I feel like a right arsehole if I do that. So I mean, someone even sent me bloody House Flipper 2, which is what I'm going to be doing on my other channel now. So that'd be fun. Where can I join the Discord? What, the Gold Rush Discord? Go on the community page on Steam and join it from there. I think you can. I can't remember where I got the link from, but I'm in the Discord, and most of the people in there are quite established. They're like, you know, that everyone knows each other, sort of thing. There's a couple of new people, and most of them are just people who have just got into it now, but there's not many of them. And I would say the main problem with like Gold Rush right now is it's in development phase, because new team, new everything, new ideas, new this, new that. So it's a little bit sort of like hit and miss. House Flipper 1 was good. I did a series on House Flipper 1 like ages ago. So yeah, I've already done House Flipper 1. House Flipper 2, I covered the demo when we first got hold of it. And then, I can't remember his name, but someone basically sent it to me on Steam and just went, you'll be alright with this. I'm like, okay, cool. So, I think it's one of those games that people just watch all the time instead of like, it comes in waves. So, at some point, yeah, I've got to start playing that through because, well, it's House Flipper. So, I'll be jumping in that at some point. Again, it's not going to be on this channel, it's going to be on my other channel that I'm currently building, basically. If you know how to use search on Google or on YouTube, you might find it. Did you know you can get the driller in the back of the truck? Did you know you can get the ATV in the back of the truck? I saw the pictures. That's why I tried, actually. I'm glad the weirdos, like, we try these things. So this is what I did on Hydroneer. So we played around on that game so much that we learned how to do stuff. I found the other one, did subscribe, yet there's... No, as I said, there's no point to subscribing to it. Well, I mean, actually, having it there is a good thing. Yes, you can subscribe to that channel, but it's more like I don't really want to... The reason why I don't really want to advertise it is because I want to see if I can grow it without being a thing, if that makes sense. So I don't want to sit there and just go every day, hey everyone, you need to go and check out my other channel, blah blah. What I wanted to do is I want, like, the audience that are on there originally are from when the channel got hacked, and I'm okay with that. So I'm technically not starting from nothing, and I know that, let's say, 95% of the people that are subscribed to that channel probably don't really give a damn. So I'm only expecting a handful of views on like a good month's worth of videos. But I want to start working on me as a creator, and the best way to do that is to literally start again. But I didn't want to lose this channel. So this channel, I'm going to be going down like 3 videos a week or 3 streams a week, depending on how time treats me. And on the other channel, I'm going to be doing 3 videos a week. I'm not doing streams over there, I'm just doing videos. Now, most of the time, I can record 3 videos in a Sunday, and I can get them edited ready for a week. So if I can do that for a month and get like a month's worth of content put out and ready, I can start structuring them out, looking at them and seeing, right, okay, what works, what doesn't, why are people leaving, and I can start breaking things down more in my head about what I need to do. And it's just a way, it's the way of like having almost like a blank slate and being like, okay, I need to do this, 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 and this, and start like preparing and doing things better than what I do things now. And that's literally why I did it. The other reason why I did it mainly was because, like, my friend, he's going through like this like proper YouTubers course by one of like the YouTube guru greats. His name's Daryl Eves. Currently he gets employed by Mr. Beast to do stuff. He's been like the granddad of YouTube for years, knows what he's talking about, has 21 golden plaques because he's built a channel in every niche, up to 1 million subscribers. This guy has a YouTube formula. I mean, here's a book. I have this book as well, and it's called the YouTube formula. Now, so I do read. So I read through the book, and some of it didn't make sense to me. You know, I read it and I was like, I can't compute what's going on in my brain, sort of thing. And after talking to Neil and going through a few bits, he's like, yeah, this bit in the book and this, and I was like, actually, now it is starting to make sense. So I think I'm in that, like, now I'm in that state of mind of like, I want to grow something, I want to do something organically, and I want to be able to like try and put some effort into it and do it better. And the only way to do that is to start again. What I have planned for that other channel is more away from what I do currently. Instead of being a variety channel, which is basically what my channel has turned into, I know that most people who subscribe to watch Hydroneer, Gold Rush, Out of Ore are only really here to watch Hydroneer, Gold Rush and Out of Ore. You know, they're mining channel fans. They like digging in the dirt. Different age groups, mind you, but it's all sort of around the same sort of content, and that's fine. It's all good. But I know those people really don't give a damn about like Mon Bazoo or anything else I play. So the idea is to try and get rid of some of the variety and just follow 1 or 2 sections of the gaming world, mainly mining and base building, because they sort of fall into the same sort of thing. And if you look at like Gaming Edge, sorry, I can't remember how to say his name. He basically just does base building games, and that's mainly his niche. And I'm like, oh yeah, okay. And then if you look at like variety YouTubers who game, people like Dre or Blitz and everything else, they built their entire audience on doing variety stuff and not really sticking to just one niche. They do a lot of stuff. And like, I can't really do that because I sort of went down the rabbit hole. And what I mean by the rabbit hole is, if you look at my Hydroneer content, I did what? I did 100 odd videos of that. I streamed it constantly. I'm sort of known for that game. When it comes to Out of Ore, I played the game with everybody else. I enjoyed it and it was fun and it was cool. That's not bad. 50 yards of dirt, and it tied in with Hydroneer. And then this game, this ties in with the mining of Hydroneer. And then you've got things like Dyson Sphere, which is automation, which falls into Hydroneer. Then you've got like Factorio, which falls into the automation side of things. Then you've got Satisfactory, which again, so the mining, automation and bits and pieces, that's what I want to do over here. The other channel is literally just going to be me learning how to be better, learning to do stuff like for more people to watch and to just enjoy it instead of just being stuck in mining world, if that makes sense. So yeah, that's the plan really. So the thing is, it's taken me years to actually see this, and it actually took me this game to realise that. So I sort of owe it to Gold Rush for actually sort of opening my eyes to it. And then my friend saying, you need to look into this. I'm like, yeah, I do. Because that's how it needs to be. So, yeah, for all the people that are still kicking around and basically paying attention or even just listening in the background, that's the plan for this channel now. You know? And worst comes to worst is it all goes Pete Tong. I'll just go back to it after about a year or so. I'm giving it a year or so as an experimentation to basically see where it all goes, and that's the plan. Like I said, if it doesn't take off in a year, like the other channel struggles and this channel struggles, then after a year of like messing around, I'll be alright. Some people like me just come to watch you. Yeah, I mean, I get that, but then it's weird that a lot of people who came in on certain contents, like, you know, I mean, like Monbazoo pulled really well. It did fairly well, but those people don't really care about this, or they don't care really about anything else. They'll just watch Monbazoo videos, and then I'll get messages from those people over like 3 or 4 months. Oh, you need to play Monbazoo again. I'm like, yeah, but there's nothing else for me to do. And the problem with like a lot of these indie games is because they're indie games, they're slow developing, which does suck a bit, you know. It's why Hydroneer still gets like people like asking about it now. It's like I'd love to do more Hydroneer content. The downside is that I can't do anything else because I've got nothing else to do. But yeah, apart from that, it's all right. I think, if I'm going to be brutally honest, I think I'm nearly done. I think I'm going to let this conveyor belt empty up, and then I'm going to be sort of done now. It's been a long day. Look at all the rocks and dirt. It's fine. Don't forget, if you have enjoyed this stream, hit the like button, subscribe if you haven't already, and then it's all good. I'll be back at some other point. Not sure if I'll be playing. I might do a stream next week during the day because my kids are back at school. I can't wait. It's gonna be fun. Kids go back to school. It'll be all good. Do you play Satisfactory? I don't know, but I can, if that makes sense. Being able to actually live stream a bit more during the days now and having time, yes, I could do Satisfactory a bit more now. It just means I have to start a whole new world and go for it. My downside is OCD. Like being able to sit here and just constantly change a conveyor belt because it's not straight enough, that sort of thing. Does get a little bit like annoying for people to watch. Because it'll be like, it's not straight enough. Okay, I need to like move it a tiny bit and then join it up with this, that and the other, and yeah. That's unfortunately where my mind goes a lot when it comes to Satisfactory or anything that involves conveyor belts. That's where it all fudges down to. I just started out the game. I started playing Hydro because of you. Oh, all good. Thank you very much for even mentioning it. It's all good. Thank you. I hope you're enjoying the game. Hydroneer is pretty cool as like a real basic sort of miney automation game. It's all good. I liked it. I mean, I liked it enough to play it for 3 years, so it's got to be some sort of good in there. I'm just waiting for this to go through now. Come on. Indeed. How's the game holding up? This game or Hydroneer? This game I'm doing alright in. I'm sort of... I'm trudging by right now. Just like, yep, okay, I'm good. You've never seen this before? Well, this is Gold Rush. This is like Hydroneer's big brother. This was the original game that really sort of set off the whole mining world on YouTube and bits, because there was just nothing else like it. It has spawned a couple of like sort of copycats. The downside of the copycats is that most of them are not that good, or one of them especially is not that good. But you know, I can only badmouth it for so long until I have to play it, and then I can take the piss out of it again. Well, that's what I'm going to do. It's called basically, the other game is called Gold Hunters. It's basically a wannabe of Gold Rush. The downside is it's, in my eyes and the way that I've played it before, it's just not as good. So I actually have to revisit it, because I was given a copy of it by another YouTuber. And he's like, look, play it, be happy, go for it and see what happens. And if it's changed since the beta, then go from there. So that's what I'm going to do. I'm going to rip through it again and see what happens. But I'll have to like actually play it for a bit, unfortunately. And then I've got Farming Simulators mod FS Miner. Basically, they've turned Farming Simulator into a Gold Rush clone almost. So I want to see how that is as well. I want to see if it's better or worse and everything else, and just put out more mining content for the world to watch, really. And Out of Ore, when that gets updated, that's going to be a good one. So I'm actually looking forward to that as well. So if you like mining content and all the stuff that I do over here, hit that like, subscribe and notification button below for all other updates. I hope that I get around to doing another stream over the next couple of days, because it's kids are going back to school and it's all just the joys of life. It's all starting to speed back up again. So if I do come back, it's going to be like next week during the day. That's when I'll be back on, and we'll go from there. Which game would you rate the highest? I would say this one, because it's more complete. But, I mean, it's a bit smaller when it comes to the equipment you use. But this is a good one. And then I would go down the route of, like, Hydroneer. I would heavily go down Hydroneer. But until then, thank you very much for kicking by. This has been Hybridsteel. I'll see you all later. I want to say peace out. Have fun. Enjoy everything you guys do. I'll talk to you all in another stream. Thank you very much for being here. Have a great rest of your weekend. Bye-bye for now.